Guys, girls, and everyone in between. Welcome back to another episode with your boys, Jem and Notch, of episode 37 for your liking. I know I'm rocking a San Diego hoodie, but we're representing out here in SoCo, so don't even worry about it. San Diego has nice
Fuck that.
beaches, nice sun.
Hold on.
I
We
know,
represent San Diego all the
I know
time.
Notch loves
I'm
San
all I'm all
Diego.
about that.
Notch loves San Diego. I love San Diego so. Yeah, San Diego's nice. I was there last year when we recorded that last podcast. San Diego's nice, but we got to represent for SoCo too, Notch. We got to.
Yeah, definitely.
Your favorite podcast out here in SoCo. But Notch, how you living?
Dude. What's that song? How you living? I don't even know how it goes. Pretty good, man. How's everything going? Yeah. Listeners, what's going on? You said episode 30 something. I'm lost.
37.
Started talking about San Diego and then my mind just went like,
Vacation.
take me back. Just
Take me back to
I'll go.
November. Take me
Just
back
go
to
back to San
November.
Diego.
For real though.
God.
Yeah,
Dude, San Diego's beautiful.
it is,
Definitely
man.
beautiful.
I wish I had.
I love Colorado now though, because I mean it's starting to warm up.
Yeah.
We just hit what 94 degrees.
Crazy here in fucking April. It's Colorado
Dude,
for
you're
you.
in the desert.
Yeah, climate change is real. A lot of people don't want to admit it, but how shit's going on ghetto Earth. But yeah, whatever. Whatever. But you're back with your boys.
Please get over it.
And you already know what to do. You already know what it is. For those of you watching our handsome faces on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that way you guys are up to date on when we're posting. And like I said, be on the lookout for the shorts. We've been putting those, and I see a lot more people are loving the shorts and digesting into that. Also, for those of you guys that are listening to our very handsome vibrato voices on your favorite podcast platforms, make sure you guys subscribe to those podcasts. And also, we love reviews. We love for you guys to do 5 stars as recommended as always. But as always, make sure you say it off the top of the dome. Say it from the chest. Loosen up that goddamn bra if you have something bad to say, because if you hate us because you ain't us, that's a personal problem.
They hate us because they
It's
ain't.
always tried and true. And also, guys, head over to the Cool Attire shop to purchase all your cool attire needs and your Jam and Nacho needs. There's t-shirts ready for spring break. I think I'm maybe want to talk about doing some tank tops maybe or something. Something for the summer fling, something for the summer bling. You already know. And also head over to the Facebook Cool Hub and just share. Pass it on to whoever would benefit from us, would benefit from you passing it on, because you know what we do here, it's out of our pockets. We take the time, we generate, we edit, we do all this stuff for you guys to enjoy, to waste your time with us. All we ask is that you guys just tell a friend to tell a friend, and their mama and grandma then, so that way they could be along with your boys out here in SoCo. Did I miss anything, Notch?
No, you hit it. I usually have to do the
Yeah,
share part,
man.
but you knocked it out. Just make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment. Like T said, anybody that wants to listen to something that's just full of bullshit.
Yeah.
Because that's all we are.
That's
Just
it.
full
It's
of
just bullshit. And
And we're proud of it.
yeah.
Like, we come up with some crazy ass ideas, and that's where it is, and we just talk and bullshit about it, and that's what we're here for.
And what people,
your grandma's grandma,
and what
Miss Jackson,
sorry, Miss Jackson, if we said anything that offended you. But also, Notch and I are here because we love the conversation. We have always had conversations ever since we've grown up together, and just like-minded people, and even people that aren't like-minded like us. We just want to set the precedence to just be like-minded and just have a conversation. Like, get on the same page or not on the same page, or agree to disagree, but at least we're having the conversation to see as we're human beings, because sometimes when you're in a room with people that are, smarter than you, you want to gravitate, or people that are on the same lane as you, but just make it be an understanding. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Just make it be an understanding. Okay? So, Notch, I got a question for you. And listeners, I have a question for you too. This is a little deep. What has gradually disappeared over the last 20 years without people really noticing but that you have noticed?
Bro, you should have asked me this before because I see that all the time
Okay,
on social
okay.
media, and
I want
I'm
you to
like,
tell. Yeah.
and then I like think about it, and then I'm just like, fuck, and my mind's so scrollish that I'm
Okay.
just like, hey, shiny thing, and then I forget about it.
Ooh, squirrel.
What has? Let's see. Well, I off the top of my dome, just because you hit it with the climate change and everything like that,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna nail it right
Okay.
here. Insects.
So I have facts on that too. But go ahead. Go ahead.
So, so climate change or not, I don't give a fuck what anybody else says. Whether you're from the South where I grew up and coming here to Pueblo where I got to spend time with
Mm-hmm.
family, insects were all over the
Right.
place, and now they're not.
Right.
They're scarce. I think the the more dominant, the more adaptable the insect are, they have
Right.
survived. But the population, like for example, they were saying that butterflies
Okay.
are starting to disappear. Bees are starting to become a problem. Which if bees die,
Yeah.
like I'm telling you guys, I don't know how many times I post
Yeah.
on my Facebook like plant these flowers, do this, do your parts.
Mm.
Like, come on, become a citizen and do your part, like Starship Troopers told us. But yeah, if bees disappear and insects disappear, man, we're like it's gonna be a gray world. If you've seen the bee movie, that's literally what's
Mm-hmm.
gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yep.
fucking
So
insects.
as you said that, this says over the last 20 years, the insect populations have quietly declined up to 75% in some areas. Many haven't noticed because it's gradual. Fewer bugs on windshields or fireflies at night slip under the radar. Habitat
Uh,
loss, pesticides, and climate change are the main culprits. This matters since insects pollinate 75% of crops, worth nearly $600 billion, and feed countless animals. It's a subtle shift with a big ripple for the ecosystem and food systems.
dude, it's like I'm a
I'm
scientist or some shit.
saying you
Like I
just
literally fucking
speaking
said the same
shit, just
thing.
speaking shit.
Just but just true. So I got something that's pretty crazy, and I've seen people talk about it. I've jumped in,
Okay.
and this was my own perspective. So when we were younger, do you remember those little tiny red bugs that would crawl on the cement? I mean, they were
Oh yeah,
tiny,
yeah, yeah.
tiny. They looked fuzzy, and
Hmm.
we if you smash them, they leave a little orange mark because I was a dick
Yeah.
and I'd smash them and stuff like
Ha!
that.
So here being fucking
So
Spike.
besides, in this is my own
Okay.
theory. I know insects are disappearing and stuff
Hmm.
like that. But my own theory, because people are like, do they even exist? And people are like, yeah, they do.
Hmm.
They don't exist. My theory is either they were only for kids to see,
Oh.
or our eyes are so fucking bad that we can't see them now because we're adults.
Oh.
And if you think about how kids'
It's
eyes are
perspective.
sensitive, I mean, when I was a kid, I used to stare at the fucking sun.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
looking at the sun and be able to
Yeah.
see the fucking
Yeah.
ball and like, it's gonna make me blind.
Hmm.
Like I thought it was bullshit because I would just be like, I can see
Yeah.
it. I don't know what you're talking
Right.
about. But
Right.
now I just look up and I'm like, fuck,
Turn the lights
oh
out.
god, don't even look that direction. Now I got a migraine. Now I'm fucked for the whole day. But the little red bug, T, what's the theory? Did it disappear? Does it
Or
exist?
can we not
We just
see it
can't see it,
anymore?
or was it only for kids?
You know,
Tricks are for kids, man.
exactly. That's that crazy thing about that. Like when we were trying to explain that the other day to Ronnie, but like, yeah,
Yeah.
do you remember that? Tricks came in shapes. He's like, what? I only red balls. Like, nope, they came in shapes. But that could be like a Mandela effect as well. And
No, that shit
it
came
can.
in
It's yeah,
shapes. I
it
don't
did.
care what
It
anybody
fucking
says.
did. It did. You can,
Tricks came in
yeah, you
shapes,
can
and now they're
Google it.
just balls because they're
Yeah,
lazy.
but it.
They're probably like, it's too sexualized. We can't have fruit shapes. That looks like a
It looks like a
penis.
dick.
My boy, yeah, like what?
Pause. No homo. That's not entering my mouth. But I think it with certain things like you see different perspectives as coming as an adult, like just so many things, like hearing how kids are, and just even the perspective that we talked about, like kids not playing in the front yard or going around town like we used to, like we talked on the last episode. Like it is very frightening for our age as parents to see from a child's point of view, opposed to how we had that point of view back when we were those ages. And I think it's because like us as millennials, like a lot of people give millennial shit, but we've seen a lot of shit in our generation. We've seen wars, we've
Yeah.
seen epidemics, we've seen pandemics, we've seen this, so many crazy things, and we've seen technology change, technology just, incline. And it's like we've seen so much happen in our eyes that we're just like, I feel like we have a wall up. A lot of millennials have our walls up, but sometimes we're just like, fuck it. Like, I don't care. Like, and I see it a
Yeah.
lot of our generation that have that perspective because we've dealt with so much, and that's what makes us so desensitized with a lot of shit too. So like I can
No,
see that.
I
I can see that perspective.
totally agree.
Yeah. I can see that.
Little red bugs.
They existed. They did.
I don't
At
know.
one point in time they did. To a child's
Dude,
eyes.
one of my craziest things is fireflies because I grew up in the South
Hmm.
too. Like that's one thing that I do miss. Like I have my children's book that I need to get published.
Yeah.
I'm done with it about fireflies.
Hmm.
Um, it's just one of the crazy out of everything in the world or universe because like I'm fascinated with the universe and how
Hmm.
things work and how space works, time works, and all that
Right,
stuff.
right.
Fireflies are probably the most fucking
They're
interesting thing in
super
the world if you
interesting.
think about it.
Hmm.
Dude, they illuminate out their asses, like they're super soft, have red heads, they're little beetles. Like,
Yeah.
dude, I mean it's cool they use their lights for mating and
Yeah.
everything, but it's just absolute dude, if I could be reincarnated, I would
It'll
at
be a
least want to
lightning bug.
try one time as
Just let me
a
try
lightning bug, dude.
it.
Dude, it's like my body has a fucking glow stick attached to it. And then then I want to be at, what is it? Was it the Hang Five or Hangout Festival,
Okay.
which is in Alabama, like that border
Yeah.
area. So then I could just be at a rave, like
Right.
fucking blasting.
The first time I seen fireflies was when I was 12 and we went to Oklahoma to see our great aunt. And she lived in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Muggy as fuck. I could feel it. I still have that memory of being sticky. But going in her backyard at night, she had so many fireflies. It was the dopest thing to see in person. Like, Nacho and I have always said, like, if you get the chance to go outside and feel the earth, feel the breeze, whatever,
Right?
but if you get a chance to see just fireflies flying around you and maybe just catch some in a mason jar, make sure you poke holes in it, but just immerse yourself in that because it's just such a natural light show, and it's just like you can appreciate nature. You can just appreciate it, and I feel a lot of people don't appreciate nature. And like we said earlier too with the snow, now that we've grown up, we fucking hate the snow. We hate driving in it, like we hate the coldness. I would much rather see the snow from my window than being in it
Yeah.
like a kid, going sledding, making snow angels, snowmen. And because we get to the age where we're an adult, we can't appreciate that anymore because I have to shovel the snow. I got to do this shit. I got to do that shit. And it makes us not appreciate that anymore.
T, what time are we on? Because I can't see. You're frozen and I'm frozen. I can hear
Oh,
you.
what?
I don't know if you can see me, but
1325.
I was okay. 1325 listeners. We might have some technical
Okay,
difficulties.
bear with
T,
us.
yeah, I'm frozen. That's why I don't know if you see
Oh,
me.
shoot. Yeah,
Like
I can see you
I
moving.
keep on. Yeah, you're frozen. I'm frozen.
Okay.
Let me leave and join, or send me the link again.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that.
Just we'll just continue,
Okay.
but just, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're still on, though. We're just having a little bit of technical difficulties, y'all. Bear with us, but still think of the fireflies. Like Childish Gambino said, Firefly. Um, Skateboarding down in Washington Square. Let me see. It's hard to make the footsteps you're following, especially when your niggas look like Carlton. For those of you guys that know Childish Gambino's Firefly song, please check that out. That's on the Camp album. One of my favorite albums. You there? I see you, Notch. We're good.
Okay. And now my Bluetooth's not connected. Go ahead and keep on talking to you. I
Okay.
got this.
Okay, you're good. You're good. But yeah, fireflies is definitely a great thing. What's the next thing that's been missing? Somebody said decency, common sense, humanity, humility, community, compassion, understanding, empathy, respect, work ethic. Today it seems to be a lot about entitlement and selfishness. I can definitely see that, especially with whoever whoever you voted for, administration wise, whatever it is. But you have to see the narcissism, the entitlement, the selfishness, the kissing my ass type shit. Like, you have to see that because it is here. There is no more decency. There is no humility anymore. There's no compassion, especially when Nacho and I talked about when that plane crash happened with the family. What does the president say? I blame the Obama administration, the Biden administration. There's no fucking compassion. You can't just say, look, I'm so sorry that the family lost family members. We have to do better. That's all he could have said. But yet, oh, I have the best administration. Da-da-da. Shut the fuck up. Where's your compassion? Where is your fucking empathy? Like, shut the fuck up. Sorry. Like, he's not my president. Like, I don't know. I just, I'm at this point in time where the humility is gone, the compassionate and being compassionate about people, your fellow neighbors, regardless of your social status, your fucking creed, color, ethnicity, gender, whatever it is. There is no empathy and there's no compassion and there's no negotiation. It's
Yeah.
just my way or the highway. And I could give a fuck. I could care less. Sending fucking people to El Salvador for bullshit. Like, shut up. Like, this is crazy.
So I told myself I wouldn't try to poke the bear too much on this one because I
Yeah,
feel like the
because
last
we
episode
we could
I
get
fucking went
sent to
off. So
El
I'll let TJ
Salvador.
get this. I'll let TJ go off on this time because I feel like last time I was fucking
You
rough
went
with
on a
all you
rant.
Trumpers. So I'm a little calmer this time. I drank my I drank my blue butterfly blue tea, so
Hmm.
I'm very calm
You on
right
that
now.
Black
So
Mirror shit where you turned up your serenity.
exactly, exactly. Yep, that's exactly what I
But
did.
we will get into
No,
that.
I really agree with that one as well. And another one that I was thinking while you said that was religion.
Oh yes, yes.
We've
We've talked
talked
about
about
it.
this too. I think that religion, it's not. First off, religion isn't feared.
Hmm.
The religion isn't taught. A lot of parents now are either letting their kids decide.
Okay.
I mean, they're letting their kids
Oh
decide a lot of
yeah,
things
yeah,
at a young age,
yeah,
but like where we grew up, it was, I'm not going to say forced, but we were brought into the church.
yeah,
And we had to go to church.
yeah.
Where kids now are like, oh, I don't want to do anything. And it's like, all right, well, we're not going to do
I
anything.
don't
So,
want to
like,
go to mass.
yeah, and I think that's really hurt where you come into that humility, the humanity, the person, like just being respectful and
Hmm.
stuff like that.
Hmm.
Whether you believe in a higher power or not,
Hmm.
what you get out of any religion that I believe, even the crazy religions.
Hmm.
I was watching this thing where it was 10 Christians or yeah, 10 Christians against 10 Satanists,
Okay.
and Satan, not the crazy ones that like sacrifice animals and everything like
Okay.
that, but they were on there and they were like, hey, if you actually just read what we believe, he was a fallen angel, and it's just we still practice a lot of things
Yeah.
like being respectful
Yeah.
to other people and stuff like that, and that's where religion comes into play.
Yeah.
Whether you want to completely live your life by the Bible, for example, or the Quran or whatever, um, all of it you could break down to some sort of life uh how would you say this, like life lessons,
Okay. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because me personally, I'm Catholic Christian. I don't believe in the church. That's just a personal thing
Same
that
here.
happened with me in the church.
Hmm.
Because we discussed this,
Yep.
like dudes are locking it down
Close
of
the
a fucking
church.
lockdown
Hmm.
saying,
Yeah.
I need money.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, no, you
Close the
don't need money.
doors. Hmm.
You're supposed to be the helper of God, the
Yeah.
hand of God, and you're
Yeah.
asking for fucking money.
Yep.
Like, fuck you.
Hmm.
Like, dude, come on.
Hmm.
But that comes into play. That also comes into play nowadays. Like, people are like, oh, I got to give money because he's asking for it because that's what God said. Like, no, no,
God
come
never
on,
said
guys.
that. Come on, guys.
No.
Open up
And
that
then on
fucking
top of it,
Bible.
the life lesson, like me personally, I believe the Old Testament is stories, and you take those stories and you learn from
Mm.
them.
It's a
Because
manuscript.
even with modern medicine, people aren't living to 300 years old
Hmm.
and 500 years old
Right.
and having all kinds of sexual partners without modern medicine, no condoms, and they're living without all this stuff. Like, life lessons built into it.
Right.
But those life lessons that people aren't exposing their kids to, or even adults aren't being exposed
Hmm.
to, has changed the world.
Oh yeah.
There's no fear. There's a lot of lost souls. And I'm not trying to push religion and all that, and
Hmm.
I won't push people. If everybody that knows me that they're not religion, they're like, oh, I see that you're religious and everything. That's just for me.
Yeah. Right.
That's I'm not
That's
gonna
how it
push it on you.
should be.
Yeah, that's for me. If you don't want to believe in something, then do you. As long as
Hmm.
you're a good person, at the end of
Yep.
the day or your end
Yep.
of time,
Hmm.
whether you're right or I'm right, at least you're at peace. Being a dick and doing these stupid stuff, and that's what I'm saying that life lessons
Hmm.
and exposure,
Hmm.
it's not happening.
Yep.
It's changing the way we are.
Yep.
The yes sir, yes ma'am.
Hmm.
The I fear God, so I don't like kids nowadays, they don't 19-year-old, what was that, drive by? There were three 19-year-olds in the car shooting stuff, and I'm not trying to offend
They
anybody in
fear
Buffalo
no
because I
one.
know people all around here had
Hmm.
family that were related to the kid that got shot, but 19 years old and drive-by shootings.
Hmm. They fear no one. They fear
Like,
no one.
no fear.
Hmm.
Start beating some kids'
Beat the
asses, dude.
fuck, bro. I'm saying. I'm saying.
Beat some kids' asses. That
Well,
way,
instill
beat their kids'
fear in
asses,
them.
but then expose them to be able to talk about their feelings. So
Yes.
then they don't do what we did, which was have no feelings and understand what
Hmm.
what um, punishments were and
Right.
stuff like that.
Right.
So we understood.
So as you say that too, someone else put um what has slowly disappeared is it being genuine is very rare now. Every smile, every handshake just feels like a transaction. Hidden agendas poison trust, turning connections into a calculation. That's fucking true. Everything, like, networking used to be a good thing to be like, know who you know to get where you need to go, but also develop a relationship. Now it's just transactional
Yeah.
because people fucking, they do the person wrong that actually put them through the door. And it's
Yeah.
just like, wow, like you're just using people as stepping stones, but not a stepping stone to guide you, but a stepping stone to uplift you in your own way as a narcissistic kind of thing. And I feel that. I feel that at 100%.
Yeah.
Um, Another one, birth rates, especially in China. Birth rates have drastically dropped globally despite the leftist belief there is a population explosion, but it's the exact opposite. Globally, birth rates are declining, and the average number of children born per woman has significantly decreased since the 1950s, and it continues to decline.
Yeah.
That
I could see that.
comes to money, that comes to social status, that comes to education, that comes to relationships, like
The dating
the
scene.
dating
We just
scene.
got done talking about
Hmm.
that too.
Yep.
It's getting to the point to where it's just like, bro, like dating. I mean, I'll just go adopt a kid at this
Yeah,
point. Like, shit,
right.
if I want a fucking kid,
Right.
there's kids out there that just need
You
homes.
know what's
Like,
crazy? Uh,
people are making this way too
they
complicated, man.
so complicated. You know what's crazy? There is one lady I know. She is not married. She ended up getting
Yeah.
having a surrogate, and she has 3 kids by this man. Sperm donor. No husband,
Yeah.
no boyfriend. She has her 3 kids, no relationship, and she takes care of them. Like,
I mean, good on her
yeah,
if that's what she wanted
yeah,
and everything. But
yeah.
that comes down to the what's gradually starting to disappear as well
Mm-hmm.
is the dating
Yep.
scene. And that's something that even like me personally have seen and fallen into.
Mm-hmm.
It's just hey, we met, let's hook up, and then we're in a relationship. Like the wooing and all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and the dates and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know some people are like, oh, I got to take you out on like this fancy dinner and stuff like that, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just like, bro, I'm
Yeah.
trying. fancy dinners are just the cool. Do you want to watch me eat? Like that's what
Right.
that is. I want to take a stroll in the park and like we
Hmm.
could throw a picnic
Right.
down.
Let's
I
go
kind of
ice
get how
skating.
like old school dates work, dude,
Hmm.
where they would get the picnic tables and throw it down.
Yep.
That way you're just one on one with that person. Like
Exactly.
go for a hike and everything. Like I don't want to sit in a fucking
But
restaurant
it
and eat
also
dinner.
it comes down to entitlements. Like I'm a bad bitch. I deserve this. Yada yada yada. Whatever. But I seen Anthony Edwards and Lil Baby with
Yeah,
they had a kid with Aisha Howard, which is she's bad as hell. But someone goes, it's crazy to me that you could be this fine and still have a nigga not want to do anything with you or your baby because it's
Anthony.
here.
First off,
Because
Anthony
it's
Edwards is a fucking
he's
idiot,
in
dude.
yeah
He's
he
a
is
young
he
ass.
is
He's a young ass kid, and that
yeah
definitely showed him when
yeah.
he's getting. He's over there dancing around when people are calling him child support
Mm.
when they're screaming child support where he's at the line, and he's dancing around to it. It's like, bro, that's not something to be dancing around to. Like, I don't understand. Like, do you understand that if you really think you're that person
Hmm.
right now
Hmm.
in basketball,
Right.
like you kind of fell off, dude. SGA's took it over. Jokic,
Yeah.
LeBron's still doing his things.
Hmm.
Stephen A. Smith, Steph Curry's doing his thing. And then you've got you up in Minnesota who's like you're in the play-in
Yeah.
and you're not really
Yeah.
you're there and all that stuff and everybody thought you were Michael Jordan's son, but then you're not.
Hmm.
Like, I don't, dude, you're gonna fall off and then you're gonna realize like ask some of these basketball players that did the same exact thing.
He's just gonna be another nigga
Yep.
with all these kids.
T
I'm
T said
serious.
that. I didn't say
I'm for real though because with you saying that because you said he thinks he's this that and the third, but if he doesn't continue his accolades and performance and actually stay to the game, he's just going to be another
that.
nigga that's going to have multiple kids by multiple baby mamas, and it's just like for what? What did you do in your life that was actually something impactful for life and for your own life?
Yeah.
You're just another nigga moving across the board. Sorry, but it's true. It's
Yeah.
so, and even like, okay, so that question's done, over and done with. Relationships fall into that same category of disappearing. A lot of people aren't really going into relationships nowadays because everyone's kind of married to their careers or married to themselves because people have gotten hurt so many times they don't want to go through that shit again. And that's the same shit that China's going through why their birth rates are going down. And I see here in America that it's we have so much at our access. We talk about OF all the time. Why do I need to go see and do the work when I could just have it here?
Mm-hmm.
Hit my rocks
Yeah.
off. I'll have post
Yep.
nut clarity for myself and I'll just keep it moving. Like, you know what I mean?
Shout out to Chris Wagner, dude. My boy Chris Wagner. Every time he'll see it, he'll send me stuff, and he's like, he calls it PNC.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to make hats for post nut
Yes.
clarity, and he's like, dude, that is such a fucking thing.
It
It's
is.
crazy.
It really
How
is.
many? There was I think it was a meme. I wish I would have I saved it, but it said I was all about you on this and everything, and then I wanted to stroked it out, and I'm not meeting you. I just realized
I'm
you're
just
not good
done.
for me,
Exactly.
and it's like it's like, but you got that, but that's at the same time, like we say this to every person and anybody that wants to do an OnlyFans. Good on you. Like if you can do it, you can make money.
Yeah.
Why
Go
not?
ahead. Go ahead.
If you don't have any body, if you're down for your body and you don't have shame having your body up on the internet, good on you. But when it comes down to the relationships and when you're complaining like some of these the more famous OFs that are like, "Oh, I'm done with it, but nobody wants to touch me." It's like cuz girl, first off, you're on OF. You're
Mm-hmm.
charging like if you then let's talk about the other side first off. The other side is guys and gals, it's not hard to see anybody's OF without having to pay the money and be a part of their
Mm-hmm.
subscription. Unless
Right.
you want to like get to know them and
Yeah.
you want to talk to them,
Right.
then go on. Good luck with it.
Right.
You don't want that relationship. You just want that
Mm-hmm.
companionship
Yeah.
and that somebody's like, oh, you got the prettiest dick on the planet, and then you're like, oh, $50. Like, good on you. And then you don't have to have the relationship part,
Mm-hmm.
and you go on to work and do you. But the only OnlyFans side after the fact is just remember, like, your body's up there.
Mm-hmm.
People have seen it. Like, they see what you do. Like that one girl that's like trying to sleep with 1,000 dudes,
Mm-hmm.
and then 100 dudes or
Yeah.
whatever. Or I don't know how many she's done so far, but then at the end of the day, when you're, well, because she's only like what,
She's
23 or
20,
something.
yeah, 23, 25, something like that.
When she gets to the age where she's just like, I want to settle down, like, no,
That's when
like,
body count's gonna be like, you slept with how many in a day?
which even if you don't count the body counts, it's just the knowledge of what you've done.
Yes, and
Like, you know what I mean?
I think
Body counts.
yeah, like I was gonna say body count is relative to the individual, but when it comes down to I slept with 1,000 guys in one day, that says something about their character. Instead of
Yeah.
someone saying my body count is 25, but let me tell you this, I was in a relationship for X amount of time, and then I had
Mhm.
time away, then I had another relationship, then I had another one and another one and another one. They were actually in relationships, so it's like,
Yep.
okay, they were actually with someone, so the body count doesn't count. But in the
Yeah.
aspect of I slept with X amount of people on one day, then that goes to show on a person's character.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what it comes down
yeah,
to. And then the whole, just expect what you've done
yeah.
in knowledge. Just know what's
Mm-hmm.
going on out there and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. But yeah, that does take an effect on the post nut clarity and the OnlyFans and what you've done and everything. And
Mm-hmm.
then we talked about this. There's AI now out there, and they're trying to put AI in sex dolls. And if you get that in sex dolls, dude, like, all all you women out there that are like, oh, I'm gonna sleep with the bad boy. I only want the bad boy. I want to be treated like this, but now I want that
Mm-hmm.
smart nerdy dude. That smart nerdy dude's about to have a fucking AI robot, and she gonna cook, clean,
she
listen,
she gonna do
not give a fuck.
everything, and she
And
be
it's just
done.
like that episode of Archer. I don't know if you've seen Archer, but he has a robot wife, and she's literally taking out her her vagina and washing it into the dishwasher.
Gross,
I mean, that's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen, and they're not gonna
gross.
need you ones that are like. I had some. I watched this video where this girl is like, I never thought about this, but I'm 26. I want to be in a relationship for at least 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
then get married, stay with them for marriage, so where we could grow for about 2 years, and then start thinking about kids. And she's
Hmm.
like, wait a minute, that puts me at 30, and then I don't want to be old when my kids are old. And she's like, fuck, I fucked up.
Hmm.
I should have started looking
Back
for a
then.
real relationship back then.
Mm-hmm.
And some guy was like, oh, now you're starting to do calculations and
Mm-hmm.
real math and figuring
You
this
didn't
out.
care back then. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Let me see. I got two more things that are disappearing. Car colors. Think about how car colors are now, how they're very mute and basic colors. But back in the day, remember there was orange, blues, yellow, green, red. Like there was a ton of car companies that made cars different colors. Now everything's so basic and ugly and drab.
Yeah. I think that's what makes, like, I love working on vehicles. I
Mm-hmm.
love it. So vinyl wraps are plastic dipping your vehicle
Mm-hmm.
makes it fun. So
Yeah,
a
it
lot of those
does.
bright colors. I think cars now, and I think with everything now, we've gone to mute colors,
Yep.
but that comes with time, right?
Yeah.
So if you think about like the 60s and 70s when hot rods were out and they had the bright orange and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
what color were the kitchens? There were the
Oh,
nasty yellows and
yes.
oranges and
Crazy
greens. And
turquoises. Yeah.
yeah, and then your appliances were nasty, freaking avocado green and stuff like that. So it
Mm-hmm.
comes with time and
Yeah.
adapts. So when you look at a house now, we don't have, like, our walls are white or
Yes.
an off shade of white or gray, and then our appliances, even woods. The most popular wood is, I think it's the color of your floor
Yeah.
upstairs. It's the gray
It's yeah.
color.
Mm-hmm.
It's that
Yep.
gray ashwood color
Mm-hmm.
instead of real wood,
Yep.
instead of redwood,
Yep.
instead of the dark oaks and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it comes with time, and right now we're in a time where, I mean, even the 90s. Look at the 90s. We used to wear the bright
Mm-hmm.
neon
Yep.
colors. So then they put underglow neon,
Mm-hmm.
and towns had neons all over the
Yep.
place. And now it's exotic. I think it becomes exotic, and that's where it becomes fun. Colors mean you have money in the automotive world.
Hmm.
Unless you, I mean, it could, I mean,
Eh.
out of the manufacturer.
Okay.
So if you think like my stepdad, he just bought himself a brand new 2025 car, and he got the Summit White,
Oh, okay.
the white, which was not the normal white. It's
Hmm.
more of a race car white.
Okay.
And when he had his Ford F-150 Super Sport, that was a race car red. But it
Okay.
was a specific. If you thought
Yeah.
of all F-150s, because F-150s are all over the place,
Mm-hmm.
that's not race car red. That's just regular
Regular.
red.
Yeah.
But you get all those fun colors when you get the higher end
I could
vehicles,
see
the
that.
ones that have all
Yeah,
the
that's
special
true. Like the
things. So
Toyota 19 whatever whatever that was. It's like that
yeah.
old orange color. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
But that's a good one. Yeah, if you
Yeah.
think about it, that people are like, oh, I don't want red because police cars. Well, it's more anything
Yeah.
that's bright is going to attract.
Tracked. Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm. And then this last one, it says, over the past 20 years, ownership has disappeared without people noticing. You don't own movies, you don't own music, software. We keep we keep subscribing to our heated seats, and we can't wait until to see our pictures after we stop paying on the cloud. It's like taking Polaroids out of an ATM.
yeah,
Black
I think
Mirror.
so. I agree with that 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've discussed this before, but yeah, it was Black Mirror,
Black
that
Mirror.
episode that we're going to talk about in a little bit. But everything is a subscription now, and everything has just gotten to the crazy
Mm-hmm.
prices. But it's not even just what we see, and like with leasing a vehicle or leasing our phones. We lease phones instead of
Mm-hmm.
owning the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now we're on contracts, which makes it stupid,
Yeah.
and all of our streaming and music and all that stuff. But it even goes further than that. I freaked out. I think we've talked about this, but it kind of pertains to this. I freaked out when I heard that if you want to farm, like if we went and bought land,
Okay.
D, and we wanted to farm corn, a person or business owns the actual kernel of the corn,
Mm.
and they come and they tax and they make sure that we're not breeding hybrids forms of corn, because and they tax it for selling because we don't own the crop.
It's like
How the
oil all
fuck
over
are you
again.
gonna tell me I don't own a
It's
plant?
like the oil shit again. Mm-hmm.
Bitch, like, but that's just crazy to think my whole life thinking like, oh, I could go and do my own farm if I wanted to. No,
Mm-hmm.
no. And
Somebody's
then
gonna
the
come
whole
in.
egg situation, like everybody's like, oh, I'm gonna get my own eggs and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. I'm gonna go get my own hens to lay eggs.
Yep.
If everybody started doing that and they did something that I said I think we should all do,
Mm.
is a neighborhood. If we're on my block, we each pick a crop and then we all just exchange
I
it
seen a
so we
post
don't have
like
to do
that.
that.
Mm-hmm. There was communities
The
that would do
government would
that.
freak out.
Mm-hmm.
Government would freak out.
I seen one thing. It
They
said,
control everything.
mm-hmm. It said back in my day, there was so much toilet paper and eggs that we would throw them at houses of our enemies.
Yeah.
Nobody does that shit anymore. That's expensive.
What was it saying? It's funny that I saw another post that said, it's crazy to think that we're selling eggs as a side hustle, but you could get weed in the store.
It's more shady to get eggs than it is weed nowadays.
Got fucking marijuana up at the
Fuck.
7-Eleven.
Yep.
I could go get anything.
And
I
let
could
me
get you
get there.
shrooms over there.
Yeah,
Like,
you can. Yes, you can.
but you got to tell me them eggs are too expensive. Nah, I'm gonna go to my dealer down the street.
See, and,
I got an egg dealer.
and that's what I mean. Like, there's so many things that are dwindling right in front of our eyes, and it's just getting even worse with
Yeah.
everything that's going on. It's just going to
Hmm.
continue even more. And it's just like, what is going to be something sustainable for us and for children's and children's? Is there
Yeah.
anything going to be sustainable like it was when we grew up? I don't
No,
think so.
I don't know, man. I just think that until a major catastrophe, we're not talking like COVID where everybody's just like it's fake.
Yeah.
Like until something like crazy
Yeah.
happens, like and it might be as small as like the bees disappearing.
Okay. Yep.
Like people
Something like
don't
that.
believe that
They
shit,
don't.
but if bees disappeared, like that fucks up a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking the
Mm-hmm.
wood industry, you're talking food industry.
Yep.
Like we're down to like
Yep.
everything
To
is
the
just
point where
fucked.
it's going to have to be genetically engineered, and then it's going to be
Yeah.
terrible for us.
Yep.
like it already is
It's
now.
that one show when they were that one show that you had me watch where they were living in the center of the earth
Oh,
because
yep.
the catastrophe
Paradise.
happened,
Mm-hmm.
and they were
Yep.
like, "Oh, I miss the sounds of this bug
Mm-hmm.
and
And
stuff
then they're
like that,"
making
and
fucking sound bites.
it
Mm-hmm.
was just all audio,
Yep.
and I was like, "That's
It's
crazy."
crazy. And you don't appreciate when you see things, you're like, fuck, I appreciated that. Like
Yeah.
nature. Like I appreciate it, like Amazon rainforest. Like,
Hmm.
and people, they just keep living their lives, but it's like the things that we don't appreciate are the things that it may seem small, but it's big with our ecosystem. So big.
I was reading something about the Amazon now that you're speaking that, and I was like, how hypocritical of a situation did you just do? But they're doing like a summit down in the Amazon. I forgot where,
Mm-hmm.
but they literally for like deforestation and like saving the Amazon. But to get to this spot, they cut down and built a highway straight down to get to this place.
What? That's so
I was just
counterproductive.
like, what?
That's so counterproductive.
I'm like, you guys are fucking like, okay. I'm
Oof,
just, yeah.
whatever.
That just comes down to like, the, one of my favorite movies is Hitchhiker's Guide to the
Mm.
Galaxy. And if when the dolphins jump out of the ocean and they're like, thanks for all the fish, and they swim away. I was like, bro, I'm waiting for that day. I'm just waiting for that
Just
day
waiting.
where
Just
just
waiting.
like shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
Everybody's just on fire, and I'm out there just sipping tea.
Mm-hmm.
Like I knew this was gonna
Yeah, we
happen.
already
Like this
knew.
is fucked up.
We already called it.
Yep.
Well, Notch, you had some quotes that people live by.
Yes, sir. So I found a cool little thread of what am I looking for in my photos? There we go. Let me turn up the volume, pump up the volume. So I pulled 20 life quotes. There's some funny ones. There's some about parenting. There's some about religion and stuff like that. But I
Okay,
just wanted to get your opinion on some of these. And there, it was just for fun, more on the bright side rather than the negative. I
cool.
told myself I wouldn't be
Lighthearted.
trying to be too negative
Yes.
this one. So we're just gonna go through them. The only reason I thought about this is because the first quote is actually from Ted Mosby. So sometimes things have to fall apart to make way for better things.
Yep. It's like supreme mathematics. In order for things to flourish, you have to destroy and then build and destroy.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I thought that was pretty good. Next one is, and these are all people. So that first one was my own one because I was like, oh, that's cool. Let me look up one. And I was like, I love Ted Mosby, so I'll look that up. These are all from a thread off of Twitter. So the next one, somebody said, my quote is, stop forcing shit. If they're not giving you the same effort and energy, fall back.
True. That's fucking true.
Next one is, my hustle came from my mother. I never saw that lady quit for none.
That's fucking right.
Dude, Mother's Day's coming up. Love your mothers,
Love your
man.
mothers, man.
And she put, especially like them young ones. T and I, we've discussed this before, and we're hellions. Like the
Mm-hmm.
shit our parents put through.
Yep.
Yeah, just yeah.
Yep.
All right, so the next one says, "You are stronger than you fucking think."
Mm. Fucking emphasized.
Yep.
We are,
So I
man.
really like that one because if you the mind is such a powerful thing, and the mind will literally destroy you. And that's one of the
Mm.
things I've learned from anxiety,
Yep.
especially because I'm definitely getting myself out of that like funk. I was in a bad funk for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm starting to realize like it was just all up here,
Yeah. Yeah.
all up here.
Yeah.
And
We
if
get in
you
our own
have
ways.
anxiety, you have
Mm-hmm.
panic attacks out there,
Yep.
just stop and tell yourself like it's just all in
Yeah.
the mind,
Don't get in your own way. Yeah.
all in the fucking mind.
Mm-hmm.
This one said, I love this this definition, and it's the word the fuckery. When your day is going too well and you don't trust it, and something shitty is about to go down, can you use it in a sentence? Oh, there it is, the fuckery.
Right there. There's my day.
Can you use it in a sentence, please? The fuckery. THE space. Like some
Like the
some
fucking spelling
fucking
bee.
the spelling bee. But that's
It's
true.
true.
I've actually had that too, where I'm just like, dude, it is too quiet. It's too good right now. Like
Mm-hmm.
something's about to
Yeah,
happen.
something's up.
I always feel like that.
Something's
I'm
up.
glad somebody put a the fuckerines towards it. So now I'm just like, dude, shit, the fuckerine's gonna
We're
happen
gonna
here.
take people to fucking grammar class.
Somebody said, sex is like a gas station. Sometimes you get full service, sometimes you gotta ask for service, and sometimes you have to be happy with self service.
I mean, that's the dating game right there.
That is. All right, so let's go. So a woman said this. She said, I'm glad I have boobs. The last thing I need is for people to make eye contact with me.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I see where a point of
I don't
focus
want to.
is.
I don't want you to look at me. Just go ahead.
See
There you
my
go.
assets.
Somebody said, this is my favorite quote. Of course, I talk to myself. Sometimes I need expert advice.
You can only get it from the real one.
This one said, somebody asked me, and I kept this one, not me personally, but that's what they said. Somebody asked, what scares you the most? They said, my drunk confidence.
Oh,
And they
that
live by that.
that liquid courage, man, could make yeah.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
This one said, I love this quote. It says, orgasms are one of the healthiest forms of stress release. When I tell you to go fuck yourself, it's because I care.
Do yourself a favor and go fuck your own face.
Literally take a step back and go fuck your own face. So this one said, I love using this for all my new relationships. I'm not your bum ass ex. I'll give you the world if you ask for it. Stop living in the past.
Damn. That's fucking real though. Like imagine if somebody was so broken and they kept trying to put them in that same box and be like, let me stop you
Hmm.
right there. I'm not your fucking ex. I'm gonna treat you better. That
That
shit's in
was
the past. Get
straightforward
over
too.
it. Hell
I'm
yeah.
not your bum
I'm not your
ass
bum
ex.
ass ex.
So this one was a quote from Morgan Freeman that they liked. It said, don't let getting lonely make you reconnect with toxic people. You shouldn't drink poison just because you're thirsty.
That's fucking real. It's fucking real.
Morgan Freeman, the voice of God.
The voice of God right there.
Next one says, this is a quote that I live by. Don't worry about getting old. Worry about thinking old.
Yep. Yep. There's a lot of people like, oh, my back. Oh, my knees. I'm getting old. No, that's a mindset.
Yep.
It's a fucking
Do
mindset.
something about it.
That's
Do something.
exactly.
Go out and do something.
Mm-hmm.
If that's bothering you so much,
Mm-hmm.
figure it out.
Yep.
With everything that's going on and these people that are living for so long, especially these celebrities and politicians that they're not doing what we do, like go do something about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's one thing that does bother me is when somebody's like, I've got all these problems, I got all these issues. It's like, well, I'll help you, but you got to do it
You got to do
yourself
something
too.
yourself.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
especially when it
Absolutely.
comes to like health, like with your body. Everything that you put in your body affects you.
Yeah.
Detox your
Yep.
body. Start realizing what you're eating and
Yep.
what you're drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Do a little exercise here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on.
Yep.
So this one says my number one rule is fuck what they think.
Do you, boo boo?
Yep. So this next one says if they act like they don't care about you, believe them.
Mm. That's true. That's fucking true.
Somebody says if so, another one I didn't put it in there. I don't think I did. It said if they don't give you the time of day, it's because you're not their
Priority.
focus.
Yep. You're not their
You're
priority.
not their priority.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of there.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So this one's about children. Your children's matters say more about you as a parent than how cute you dress them.
Damn. Yeah.
Children's manners, sorry.
Mm-hmm. Damn. Yeah, that's fucking true. Because like, no matter
My
what you
kids in
put him
Jordans,
in,
my kids in this
yeah,
and
it's
everything,
still a
and then they're
badass
dicks, and you're just
kid.
like, what the fuck?
This is an entitled ass prick.
I like this one. This one's for all you parents out there. They said, everything you learned late in life, teach to your children early.
Yep. That's what we always want our kids to have a better life and a better intel than what we
Hmm.
had. So that way they're going to fuck up. They're going to make the
Yeah.
mistakes, but you have to at least put it in them like, look, there's going to be some shit across the road. You're going to have to deal with it. But it also comes down to them on how they're going to deal with it. And it shows
Yep.
how you taught them to work through it or if you didn't teach them how to work through it. And then they become codependent.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I only
Real.
have a few more. I think like five more.
Okay.
This one says, "Too much attention makes the donkey think he's a lion. This isn't about animals."
Oh, shit. Okay. That's deep. It's fucking deep.
That one is.
That's fucking deep. Damn. That kind of reminds me of the Paulo Coelho quote where he goes, "Those that say that they have never been defeated have never tried, and those
Yep.
that say they have never been defeated are the hyenas that eat the scraps left after a lion."
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
So this is. I love this one.
Fucking deep.
I saw this one. I had to throw it in there. It's not as deep as that one, but I believe in this 100%. The way you treat animals shows who you truly
Oh,
are.
it's deep too. That's so
Yep.
deep. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So this one was a religious one. It says you can't beg God to heal you and stay loyal to what's killing you.
Mm. Be af-
I think I only have
be
three more.
don't be afraid to
Nope,
run.
I
Be
have two more.
afraid to stay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So this one says the faker you are, the bigger your circle will be. The realer you are, the smaller the circle will be. These are well-known facts if you ask the right person.
100%.
Dude, I'll tell you
One
this right
hundred
now.
percent.
I don't. I was thinking about that as like, bro, especially with some a situation that happened to me
Mm-hmm.
most recent.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, bro, I don't talk to many people at all anymore. Like at Facebook, like 2,000 people or
Mm-hmm.
however many friends I have in
Yep.
there. It was like, bro, I talk to like my family,
Right.
you, Trey,
Right.
Chris, like a few people. Oh, I talked to more people in Springs just because they were more recent in my
Yeah.
life. But like down here,
Mm-hmm.
I think I only kept like you in my life. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everybody else, I'm
That's
just like,
that's
oh,
exactly how I feel too, because it's just like those individuals didn't help me in life. Like, yes, it was fun hanging out with them,
yeah,
but it's like, what is the core? What is the meat and potatoes that is impactful in my
yep,
life? Who's always been there? Who's always someone I can depend on? And those people weren't, and those people
yeah.
aren't. So it's just like, it's okay to have a small circle. Like, it is okay to have a small circle.
So this one says, this is second to last. This one says, remember who checks on you when you get a little quiet. Those are your real people.
Mm-hmm. Always, always. Yep. Mm-hmm. I see that a lot when it came to individuals that committed the unthinkable. Like the ones that are the most quietest, like check on them. Check on them here and there. Like just keep an update. Keep an open door. Mm-hmm.
And then the last one is, where is it? Got caught up in between. It was a joke one that I had in there. Oh, here we go. It says, Jesus was black, Ronald Reagan was the devil, and the government is lying about 9/11. Thank you and good night. And I'm going to end it right there, guys.
That's a good one to wrap up. Fuck yeah. If you guys
No,
ever
that was just a funny
if
one that I
you
had to put in there.
if you guys aren't up to that, if you guys aren't hip to that, you are out of the loop and you suck. Well, Notch, how far did you get into Black Mirror?
I think okay, so what was the second episode, real quick? Because I feel like
Betty
I watched
Noir.
it, but it.
Betty Noir. It was the one that was like the Mandela
Oh yeah,
effect.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
the one where they were like AI and dropped her into the. No, no, no. Which one was that one?
Mm-mm. Betty Noir is the one
Which?
where she works at the food company, and one of the girls.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah. That one was pretty crazy. That one was trippy. I
That one
remember
was
that one.
nuts.
That one was in. So the reason why I asked is because the first episode was so fucking good that the other
Yes.
ones just haven't hit in that.
Right. Right. That's why I
And you
waited.
told
I
us not to
watched it.
watch it,
I
but then
watched it last. Mm-hmm.
I thought I did it backwards because the way Netflix on my TV does it, it just automatically starts it from the next one, but it didn't put it in that order. So I went up
Oh.
to this top thinking it
Okay.
was the last one because
Okay.
it was going this way, and
Gotcha.
it wasn't. It started from here. So I watched the one with Rashida Jones.
She acted her ass off.
First off, Rashida Jones. Oh
Sexy.
God, dude, I don't, dude. That's something about that
Sexy.
woman, dude. God,
No wonder why Childish Gambino wrote that song for her.
just God. No, that was a great fucking
It
episode.
was
It was mind
so
blowing.
good.
Spoiler alert, you guys got
Spoilers.
5 seconds before we start talking about this. So we'll just look at that shiny thing over there. Hey, look at pink
Hey,
moon tonight.
razzle
Tomorrow's
dazzle.
Easter, I think. I'm pretty sure. Okay, let's talk about it. Dude, that fucking episode was nuts. It was
Bro,
so good,
how
and
you
it just showed.
explained it, you were like, it's like a phone company. I was like, fuck yeah, it is like a phone company. It really is.
It was even crazier. My sister and I were watching it, and I was the whole time I was just like, "This is fucking corporate Sprint. These were my meetings that we would do. We'd literally just sit there in meetings on teleconferences with all kinds of bigwigs, and they were just like, "Hey, Derek, so how do you think we could boost our sales without losing our clients?" And I was just like, "Wait, what?" like, but that's what that show was. Like, hey,
Yep.
we're gonna drop you down. Well, sorry, we're not dropping you down. You're in the same package, but you're gonna lose your
Mm-hmm.
signal and your
Mm-hmm.
coverage unless you go with our plus
Yep.
plan. And you know who really hit that out of all the companies? It's funny because I really respect Sprint, and we're
Okay.
gonna talk about mobile companies at
Mm-hmm.
this point, but I respected Sprint because they were so fucking loyal to their
Okay.
customers. I
Okay.
know the coverage wasn't as good as Verizon,
Yeah.
the phones weren't as up to date as T-Mobile, and AT&T is just a
Oh yeah.
stepchild in the back
Yeah.
that's fucking drowning. But
Mm-hmm.
you had the two main companies, and then you had Sprint, and Sprint was that fucking shit if you think about it, because we didn't do, and I'm saying we because this is at the time when I left, at the time that or they dropped and got dissolved into fucking T-Mobile,
Mm-hmm.
we didn't have 36-month contracts. We
Right.
had 1 year fucking loyalty
Okay.
contracts,
Okay.
meaning all you fucking devoted Verizon, which now I'm with Verizon, so fuck me. Um, all you devoted fuckers that were with Verizon going, hey, 24 months and 36 months, Verizon's amazing for the coverage.
Mm-hmm.
Coverage was only amazing if you're out in the fucking who knows where.
Okay.
Everywhere
Okay.
else, we all had the
Shitty.
same coverage,
Yeah.
which all four carriers, we all had the same coverage. You could have been with Boost Mobile or TracFone, and you still had the same coverage in your fucking home.
Mm-hmm.
The difference was how Verizon played it and played everybody. Now we're in 36-month contracts. I have to be stuck with my phone for 36 months. Oh, wait, just like in that show, something and somewhere in phones, and remember, I'm from this fucking industry.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little trigger in here that goes, oh, your battery is only holding 75% now. You have to upgrade.
Yep.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
no, you got
And when
ads.
with you saying that, they made her sleep for so long, so the servers made her a
Mm-hmm.
fucking hub. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
what?
Yep.
What? So
Well,
you're
that's Xfinity. The hub thing is Xfinity. Xfinity
mm.
users, if you don't know this, hint, hint. Look at the clause that you
Sorry,
have
we're an
signed.
Xfinity
Your
user, Notch.
clause. I am too. Xfinity users, if you have an A1 or higher modem router, and you're with Xfinity, and you could do this yourself. If somebody else has an X1 or A1 modem router, I think it's the X1, if you have their plan, there's a clause in that that says if you're with Xfinity, you could connect to their Wi-Fi outside their home
Mm,
because you're with Xfinity.
mm.
It's called hubs. But in my house, I've disconnected it because I don't want people connected to my Wi-Fi.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't care what Xfinity
that's
says that it's
true.
protected.
That's
No,
true.
fuck that
That's
shit.
true.
So FYI, all you Xfinity users, it's in there. It's in there. People can connect. I could go to your house right now as an Xfinity user
Mhm.
and use your Wi-Fi,
Yep,
unless you
and it
disconnected
just
it.
comes up as Xfinity Mobile.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Yep.
I've seen it. Oh,
That ain't on those towers. That's in your damn
that's in
house.
your house. Yep, and it's taking your bandwidth. Like they even said that too. Well, we have new bandwidth here, and your coverage is going to be here. And then when they hit her with the fucking ads,
Dude, that was funny.
That was
I love that part.
crazy. That was
I
so
thought that was
crazy.
hilarious when he was just like, "What did you just say about Luke?"
I know
And she's
she's
like,
like
"I don't know
going
what you're
in.
talking about." She's
I
like, "I
didn't
don't know what
say
you're talking
that.
about. Just keep on going." And he's like, "Nah, it's done.
You
I'm done."
you killed
And
the
she's
mood.
like, "Erectile dysfunction? Try."
Try
And I was
this
just like,
gel. I was like,
"Bro."
fuck.
I
Do
was
are
like,
your
"Bro."
parents seeking divorce? How about you check out the new Christ Church or some shit like that? My mom says I can't talk to you anymore.
Yeah, that was
But
funny.
that part fucked me up at the end. Like
Yeah,
that
it was a
made
crazy
me
ending.
that hurt my fucking heart because she was like, just make sure you do it when I'm not here. And she you could still hear her muffling the fucking ad. I was like, "Oh my
It was
god."
it was crazy because it was very predictable. Like I called it. I told
Yeah.
my sister,
Yeah.
I was like, if I was writing a story how it was to end, the only thing I thought was going to happen is I thought he was going to try to smother her,
Mhm.
and there was going to be some kind of like backup system that
Oh.
they inputted in her, and he was
Mhm.
going to go kill herself, and then they would go back to the pillow, and you would hear ting, and she'd pull up the pillow and be like, "Nope, sorry."
Spit out another ad. Oh,
Dealing with depression.
right? And you know, it sucked too because it's a deeper meaning too because you see individuals that deal with pharmaceuticals and healthcare, like the individual that got shot by the guy in New York because of they denied his insurance. Well, the
Hmm.
same thing comes into the play. You back these people in such a corner that they're upstanding citizens, they're middle class, they barely
Yeah,
make ends meet. One's a teacher, one's a welder, and they're trying to pay for medical bills, but yet you back them in the corner where they're doing other shit like OnlyFans or the Dumb and Dummies, what he was doing, drinking piss, taking his tooth out, like
yeah,
doing shit to his tongue, and like it just goes to show like insurances and big companies do not have individuals' backs that we pay into. And when
yeah.
shit hits the fan, we're fucked. They make money.
Hmm.
How does that work? That and then she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we can't do that. My hands are
Bro,
tied."
I'm sorry, but
Tracy Ellis
she
Ross
played
acted her
that
tits off.
she played that so good, but at the same time I was like, fuck, dude, this is what I saw. This is how I sound like when I would sell cell phones.
Mm-hmm.
I've been
Yep.
like, hey, like, unfortunately, like, that's not on your plan anymore. But if we boost you up to this, I could get you in. I could get you in this. Now I fucking hate it. Like, I just got the 16 Pro, and I didn't listen. Like, the dude that was trying to sell me, he was just like, if I get you on this, I was like, listen, bro. I was like, the only thing I need you to do is get me on this plan, and you're gonna go to your manager and ask them or tell them to waive my activation fee, or I'm gonna go into the
Hmm.
store.
Okay.
And he's like, I can't do that. And I was like, all right, thank you. I was chatting with him, and he's like, hold up, hold up, hold up. We'll waive your activation fee because you've been with us for so long. And I was like, yes, you will waive the activation fee. Make sure you're still going to give me that gift card and make sure you got everything correct on here. You don't tell me, and I'll tell people now that I'm out of that business.
Mm-hmm.
Do not let them control you. You are in
Yes.
control.
Don't.
I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you all my family that is in Best Buys and Verizon and in the mobile industry, like do what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
But all you people that aren't in there, like go in there and hold firm because if they get you on all this bullshit,
Yep.
like
You're
I
fucked.
love Best Buy and I love my Best Buy family,
Mm-hmm.
but one of the biggest jokes that I think is Geek Squad.
Okay.
That is a fucking joke, dude. Geek Squad starts at nine. Now it starts at $99, but when I
What?
was in there, it was $200 to get Geek Squad protection
Oh my
on
god.
your laptops and shit, and it would only cover certain things here and there. It
That's
wouldn't cover
insurance for
lost or
you.
stolen.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, holy crap, dude. I told my boy Ronnie, I was like, dude, if I go back up to Springs, we should do our own service where we get business cards
Mm-hmm.
and just do fucking electronics
Right.
and we just work on people's electronics because that's dude, if you listeners, if you need help with anything electronics, don't go to Geek Squad, call me.
Yeah.
I'll tell you over the phone how easy it is, and I'll tell you what Geek Squad does to your stuff when you have a problem. The first thing they do is they unplug it and then plug it back
Plug
in.
it back in. That's what
That is their
OIT
first
is.
fucking rule of Geek Squad and IT. Plug it and plug it back, unplug it,
Reset
plug
it.
it back in,
Mm-hmm.
and then you hit the little power button. If that doesn't work, there's a little reset button. And if that doesn't work,
Fuck.
then you just most of them just Google that shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of people
When
that do.
we work on cars, it's called Google. We call it Google University, or sorry, not Google, YouTube
YouTube
University.
University. Yep.
YouTube University.
Hmm.
They just YouTube that shit.
Yeah. Yep.
That's how I work on cars.
Yep. Why not? It's right
I
there.
don't, dude. I've worked on cars and not one car has crashed, broken down, anything like that. Like it works.
That's what I mean. Like that episode depicted so much shit that's wrong with industries and like the whole booster shit where they were scratching the
Yeah,
booster gift cards. Oh, I got you 30 minutes so you can do. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. This is so crazy. But the thing that I love about Black Mirror every season, every time it progresses, it shows what the fuck is truly going on.
that's it. Kind of scares me
It's
too
scary.
because it's what I said with common side effects. That animation about the
Hmm.
mushroom, the magic mushroom that heals people. It scares me because Hollywood creates all these things,
Hmm.
and we think it's sci-fi.
Entertainment,
But
yes.
but
Hmm.
if you think about how technology was back then and how they would be like, oh, space travel and space odyssey, and we could even go back to what's the one with Will Robinson where he's like, danger, danger. Do you know what show I'm talking about?
No, Will Robinson.
Um, I think that's Lost in Space.
Okay. Oh,
I think that's
throwback.
Lost in Space, like
Okay.
way, way back in the day,
Okay.
like the original. But back in the day, they thought like robots walking around was like a joke, and they had them in like people in
Hmm.
costumes, like the fucking. Um, I was about to say the Daleks. Is it
The
Daleks?
Daleks, yeah. Hmm.
Yeah,
Daleks or
yeah,
the
just like that.
fucking dude from Power
The
Rangers.
Cybermen, the
Yeah, them
Cybermen
too.
and shit like that.
Hmm.
But that is now.
Yeah.
What they were thinking was
Yeah.
sci-fi is what we're going through
Yep.
right now. We don't have the flying cars like the
Right,
Jetsons,
but we do
but
have robots.
I do have a Rosie that
I got one.
vacuums up my house. That vacuums up my house. Like shit, dude.
Hmm.
I could. AI has gotten so crazy that I thought it was just fun and games, but now
Oh,
I
it's
use it.
oh, it's crazy.
I use it all the time. Like
Yep.
that shit's amazing what it can do.
People use Chat GPT like it's a genius that they have held captive in their house. Like, hey,
Oh, I use it all the
I need
time.
my fucking resume updated here. Do
Bro, that's
this.
exactly what I did. That's the first thing that I did with ChatGPT. I was like, ChatGPT, I've got experience in leadership and management in corporate, 16 years. These are the places I worked at. These are the years.
Mm-hmm.
Throw a
Do
resume.
it.
My resume looks
There
clean.
you go.
And then I made my sister's resume. I've helped other people with their resumes, and I was like, bro, just get here. I got you.
Yep.
I was like, tell me what you work, what years. I'll make your resume look
There you
pretty.
go. Mm-hmm.
And I'm not doing it. I'm letting ChatGPT do that shit.
I did that.
And then Google has Gemini. Like Gemini
Yes.
is more interactive than
Mm-hmm.
ChatGPT.
Yes, it
Like Gemini
is.
is just like the dude is right there and he
Yeah.
just
It's your
listens. And I'm
assistant.
like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yep.
it's just pretty crazy to think. And now that's what I was saying is Hollywood. It kind of scares me when I see and watch movies because I'm like, to us it's sci-fi, but back in the day, if that was sci-fi and now it's now, is that really going on?
Mm-hmm.
Like the common side effects, we know that when people make cars that run off of water or hydrogen,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden they fucking die
Yep. Right.
or they disappear.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's what common side effects was about.
Mm-hmm.
The pharmaceuticals were so higher up in the government that the FBI were their puppets. The FBI were the pharmaceuticals puppets, and they were like, kill this guy because he's a drug lord and
Mm-hmm.
what he's doing is bad,
Yeah.
which it was good for humanity, but the pharmaceutical companies saw money lost,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
so they try to kill him.
It's fucking crazy. Fucking
That's
crazy.
I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Think about the stuff that you watch,
Yep.
not as a sci-fi anymore, but as a Hollywood created this. That's pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Is this shit real?
Every time I watch something, and it's been for years, every time I watch, I'm like, that's fucking real. Because I've read about something like this. That's fucking
Yeah.
real. That's real.
Yep.
That's real. That what is not real anymore? And it's just it does scare you because it's just like, man, this is just life. It's just
Yeah.
life. And now we have paid actors that are acting like what we're really going through.
Yep.
Ugh.
Well, that's just Hollywood.
Yeah.
Hollywood is a form of the hand that controls
Right.
everything. We we
Right.
we discussed pharmaceuticals, the pharmaceutical companies pretty much
Hmm.
control everything with all the bigwigs of billionaires,
Hmm.
and then you got the governments,
Yep.
and then you got Hollywood, and I don't know what the fifth one could be. Fucking, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
Pick
know.
pick somebody else that's got their hands up all
Yeah.
our asses and shit, and they all control it.
Yep.
They control everything.
Yes, they do.
Your food industry is more than the food that you eat is more than likely owned by a pharmaceutical company.
Yep.
How the fuck does that make
Right.
sense, dude?
Hmm. Yep. Yep. What episode? What other episodes did you watch on Black Mirror? Because I finished
So
it.
I watched that. I I think I only got three
Okay.
deep, and then I was just like, I'm so confused on. So I watched the really good one with Rashida Jones, and
Hmm.
I watched the second one, which is one you said,
Hmm.
with that girl, and she grabbed a little button and she could
Yes, that
control, and
was
she's like, I'm
nuts.
the. That one was very sci-fi. I
That
was like,
bitch
that's
had
pretty fun
tons
and
of
everything.
servers. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. Then I believe I watched the next one, which more stuck with me,
Is it Hotel
which was
Reverie?
the one where she was an actor. They put her in the movie, the old school movie.
Yep.
I thought that was really cool, but
Hmm.
then again they pushed
Yeah,
something. But I
it
was
was
just
like the
like,
San
at this point, I didn't care.
Junipero. Yeah.
I
The
was just like,
the one the next three that you'll
yeah.
watch, the next one is Playthings with Peter Capaldi, aka Doctor Who. He's the main
Oh,
character.
really?
He's the watch Playthings. That episode was fucking crazy. It's kind of like a play to Bandersnatch. Did you watch Black Mirror Bandersnatch? The one where it was
Which one was that
interactive,
one?
where you had to
Oh,
click.
yeah, 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 yeah.
It's the I don't know if it's the prequel or the sequel to that.
So you have to run through it
No,
and
not
everything
this
like
one.
that?
This one just
Okay.
plays through, but I don't know if it's the prequel or the sequel to Bandersnatch. But Peter Capaldi acts his fucking ass off in that one. The next one, I think it's called Eulogy, and that's Paul
Hmm.
Giamatti. That one's pretty
Okay.
crazy, and that one talks about death. And
Ugh.
then the last one is the USS Callister Part Two. Did you watch that one?
Which is, yeah, no, I saw the first one. I knew that we were going to do a couple part
Number
twos, but
two's crazy.
yeah.
Number two is crazy. Yeah. So
I'll have to watch it.
listeners,
I'll probably try to watch one of them tonight.
yeah,
The third one was so long. I was just like, wait, it's not even
yeah,
over?
that one was pretty
Like,
long.
what is going
That
on?
one was pretty
This is
long.
crazy.
Yeah, I think they
I
try to
wish,
feel it like it was like Jordan Peele's Twilight Zone, which was like,
yeah,
I see what you're trying to do. It's predictable, but it really doesn't have that crazy impact.
I was very into it until the end. I
Okay.
felt like the end kind of just was like
Yeah.
the beginning, the whole technology and throwing
Yes.
it in there, and then
Yes.
her having to recite the same lines.
Yes.
I thought was fucking cool as
Yeah, that was
shit.
so crazy.
I thought that was really cool. But then at the end, she like falls in love with her,
Yeah.
and she's like, "I want to stay." And then that's when I was just like, "Oh, it must be the end." And then I kind of started doing something else, and I looked up, and I was like, "Wait, it's not done." So I completely like
Yeah.
don't know what happened at the end. And so
Yeah.
I thought she just was like, "I'm gonna stay," and that was it.
No.
So
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Black Mirror, man. Yeah, listeners, Black Mirror season 7. If you haven't seen any of the episodes 1 through 6, go ahead. But it's an anthology. You don't have to follow it in order. Just pick a season, pick an episode, watch at your leisure. They do tie in with the technology, but the stories don't. Some of the stories don't tie into each other. They're kind of standalone, so you can
yeah,
watch it
they're
as
just
your
mini
leisure.
shows
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
There's some of them that do have like sequels
Back,
to it, like the
yeah.
one that you just said. But
Hmm.
like, yeah, you could just watch. I like it because it's just stories.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like what was that book that was something upside down? I don't know.
Hmm.
Just I don't remember.
Okay.
I'll think about it and then I'll say it on the next
Yeah.
episode. See what
Yeah.
else is going on, man.
Ah, the fucking world. Tariffs.
The
This
world, the
fucking
world.
bullshit. The
Dude,
world
let's
is
talk
a
about some good stuff
ghetto.
real quick
Yeah.
before
Let's
before we
do
get
that.
into the
Let's do
crazy
that.
stuff. One of the things that I wanted to say real quick. Have you noticed that there's a lot more? Maybe it's just because I'm more intrigued with it, and then the your what your um what your interests are at the current time. I believe
Okay.
phones, technology kind of
Okay.
like push it and stuff, so
Okay.
maybe I'm seeing it more. But a lot of space things are happening. Have you
There
noticed that?
there
Like today
are
was
the pink
a
moon.
pink moon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I went outside. I forgot all about it, and I was on a bike ride, and I was just like, "Holy shit! I
Yeah.
forgot the moon's pink.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
that's just crazy.
The pink
Why
moon.
wasn't this happening when we were kids, like
I
younger? I
don't
don't remember all this
know.
stuff. I
I
remember
don't know.
Haley's Bop, the comet.
Hmm.
I remember that specifically because I thought that was
Okay.
cool as shit.
Okay.
When that happened, like eclipse and all that stuff happened, but like
Hmm.
we're talking like the alignment of planets and
Yeah.
uh, what was it? The Blaze Star. I don't know
Okay.
if we've talked about this since then, but the Blaze Star was supposed to explode
Oh.
in the sky, and it didn't. So now it should happen November 12th, 14th, November
Oh
14th.
wow.
So mark your calendars, November 14th. Look up Blaze Star, and it's not a star per se. Well, it is a star, but the way it works is there's a giant star and a smaller star, and every so many years, the smaller star it rotates at a specific angle to where the giant star sucks up a lot of it and it creates an explosion. Even though
Oh.
it's not actually exploding, it's
It's
just so
just
bright, it's
yeah.
gonna look crazy bright in the sky.
Oh
So
shoot.
I was outside fucking staring at the sky forever and it didn't happen and I was like, well, I'm a fucking idiot. I was like, I guess I'll wait until November.
Where's this thing
Like,
at?
dude, I was like out there with my two cameras. I was like watching the sky, like I was going out and I was like, fuck, when is this supposed to happen? And then it didn't. And I was like, well, I guess November 14th is the date because they said it would happen
Yeah.
either or. So I was like, all right.
Well, even other crazy shit in science. Well, they brought back the dire wolf.
So and then was it you or Trey that posted that thing in the thing with Michael Jackson
I
cloning and
did.
stuff like that? Okay, so this made me think about that. Back in, I think it was the 90s, maybe early 2000s, they cloned Dolly the lamb. Do you remember
Yes.
that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so they cloned Dolly, and then cloning just
Stopped.
disappeared.
Hmm.
So then that goes back to what we just talked about with pharmaceuticals, right? So cloning happens from this company, I think it was in Switzerland or Sweden. They cloned Dolly the sheep
Hmm.
and then it just
It was gone.
disappears.
Yep.
So what happened to it? Now all of a sudden direwolves are, is it like
Hmm.
they got the technology and they were like, "Hey, you guys figured out cloning. Now we went balls to the walls and we're hiding everything, and now all these rich people get to clone or whatever that you sent, which is just a conspiracy theory
Hmm.
until it becomes a thing, which it could be true."
Yeah,
And then they made direwolves, and that's like pretty
it's
intense.
great.
And I
Well,
know there's companies that they want to do up in Canada where they want to make a park for just cloned
okay.
animal, like the woolly mammoth and saber-tooth
So
tiger and
that
dodo birds and
that
stuff like
that
that.
company's called Colossal Bioscience.
Yeah, I follow them
Yeah.
on Twitter now.
Have you seen the website? You need
No,
to look at the website. The website looks like some shit from Black Mirror. And
really.
they
What is
have
it called again?
uh,
Colossal.
Colossal
I know I follow them on.
Bioscience. Yeah, Colossal Bioscience. And they have on there what animals they're trying to bring back. They have the dire wolf they already did. Next is woolly mammoth that's supposed to come in 2027 or 2028. The dodo bird and the Tasmanian tiger.
Which is good.
Yeah,
I okay. So with cloning, do you believe they should clone everything and anything, or do you think they should just clone what humanity has fucked
I
up,
think it comes down to
like the dodo
ethics.
bird?
Yeah, I think it comes down to ethics. Like the dodo bird, humans
Yeah,
killed the dodo bird off,
yeah, that's
and
what I mean.
yeah, like I think
Same thing with the Tasmanian
yep,
tiger.
they did
That
that
was
too.
killed off by humans.
Hmm.
The
Hmm.
carrier pigeon, or the carrier pigeon got killed off. What other ones were like? I think the ones that we killed off,
Hmm. Should be
we should be
brought back.
bringing back,
Hmm.
and the ones that could help, or not even help. Like, dude, how the fuck did we fuck up Tasmania? Like, what the fuck were you doing out there? You don't need to be out there.
Right.
You done fucked that up. There's a lion. Is it the Madagascar lion? No, the Monaco lion. There's a lion
Okay.
that we killed off too.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So
See,
there's a lot of stuff.
yeah,
Or
there's
the rhinos, the
yep,
black
the
rhino
black
and the white
rhinos.
rhino.
Yep.
Like,
Hmm. Yep. I think I I don't see why they did this. Well, they were stupid back then. Like with the dodo birds, like I found out that the dodo bird can only lay one egg a year, And so
Hmm.
they would eat the egg, but then they would also eat the dodo bird. So they just eradicated them just because they didn't have any food. And it's just like, okay, like,
That fucking episode too, for where he's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, you're witnessing for the first time ever a dinosaur being born. Where's my
where's
scissors?
my scissors?
Ah!"
If you could taste this dinosaur blood, it's the most baller shit ever.
Who the fuck would want it? But
But it goes to show shit like that. People or just they see something shiny and new and they just
Mhm.
indulge. They indulge.
So I agree with if we bring back certain, but woolly mammoth wasn't.
What's the
Well, okay,
purpose?
the woolly mammoth was killed by Neanderthals and tribes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'd have to look into it. I'm not really, my knowledge on woolly mammoths isn't there
Mm-hmm.
per se. But would it be wrong if we touched dinosaurs?
I don't want that shit to happen. We all know how those movies fucking end.
That was the other quote. I did have another quote. That's funny.
We all know how those fucking movies end.
Um, I did have another quote. It said, "My toxic trait is if they opened Jurassic Park today, I would still
I
go."
would not.
Right here.
Avery would.
Right here.
Avery goes,
Me and Avery. Avery and
it
I
would
are
be
going together.
so cool. I was like, we've watched all those goddamn movies, son. Why do you want to go there? Because it'd be so cool to see dinosaurs. I was like, you do know that this last movie they're making, the park has been closed and they're going back to find the three biggest fucking dinosaurs that they couldn't move to the other island, like the D Rex, the pterodactyl, and the Mosasaurus. Why? I don't want that shit. I don't.
I'd be down for it.
I
Tell
don't.
Avery. Tell Avery. Me and him, we'll figure that shit out. If they do that, dinosaurs are out there, sign me up. First class.
Fuck. I
We getting
just.
that. We getting that Walt Disney pass bracelet and shit. Get on all the
Fast
rides.
pass, boom, boom. We're gonna
They'd
see
be like, "This
everything.
is a petting zoo for kids, man. Fuck you. You didn't bring this when I was a kid. I'm touching these
I want to see
dinosaurs.
a baby Triceratops.
I'm fucking feeding these things. If I could feed a goat, I could feed a dinosaur."
You're gonna be like, what's his name? The doctor on Jurassic Park, where he first seen the Triceratops, and he was like, fell to his
I
knees.
know. He's like honor. He's like, "This is my favorite dinosaur growing up. She's beautiful."
I just, I
But
don't
the problem
know.
with it is I like growing up as a kid, I was more for the aggressive dinosaurs.
Oh,
So I'd be like my favorite dinosaur was the Dilophosaurus. No joke.
that
So I'd be
spitting
like, "Oh, it's
thing.
a Dilophosaurus," and then be like acid in my face, and I'm like, "It's so worth it."
Gotta say the magic word.
Fucking such a good movie, dude. I love that movie. Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park's
Just the
amazing. It's amazing.
dude. The yeah, I'd be there.
Yeah.
I'd be there.
Jurassic Park is
Sign me
such
up.
a it's see, I feel that way with space too. I love the fuck out of space. But I don't know if I
Yeah,
could go to space. I don't
dude,
know.
I would
It's
do it too.
but I'm in to
Put
go in a
get me.
spaceship, claustrophobia, I don't know.
I would go into space if space was more science fiction like than what we have
Oh,
now.
got
Because
you.
yeah,
Got you.
if you were saying, "Hey, do you want to go to space right now and travel to Mars?" and I'd be like, "Bro, that's like 3 4 years cramped up in a fucking thing."
No, they
Like,
said okay, so I Neil deGrasse Tyson said some shit the other day. He goes, the reason why it takes so long is because if we were to reverse engineer how our thrusters go, because you can't use the thrusters when you go to Mars, if you made it some way where you didn't have to use it, it would take a week to get to Mars.
yeah.
Yeah.
To
To an
yeah, we're
extent.
talking science
Yes,
fiction.
yes.
If we're talking about like how we have to get to the moon, we have to slingshot, or how Voyager worked.
Mm-hmm.
Voyager's in interstellar space, and the way they got it was not through thrusters.
Mm-hmm.
They used what was out there. So
Yeah.
they shot Voyager to all the planets,
Mm-hmm.
and they had to align it because it's the same thing. How Trey, I told Trey, is like, dude, we're moving on a rock
Right.
that's that's first we're rotating on a
Yeah.
rock
Mm-hmm.
that's spinning around the sun, that's itself spinning,
Right.
that's in a circular motion in an arm of a galaxy
Yes.
that's rotating by itself, that's
Yes.
being shot into space
Yes.
because it's moving away from where the Big Bang, if you believe
Hmm.
in the Big Bang, started.
Right.
We are in a fucking crazy, and in the speeds are nuts to think about.
Hmm.
But the way we did that is we slingshotted them around planets, and I think if they did that, it would work the same way. So they just got to figure it
They got
out
to
because
figure out.
Mars is the closest.
Hmm.
I think that's why a lot of science fiction, when you watch movies, for example, like Interstellar, it wasn't going to Mars, uh, it was going to Jupiter and
Yeah.
stuff like that,
Something
or
further.
Saturn. It was Saturn that
Yeah.
they went to, and that was probably because the way they thought about it was slingshotting and
Hmm.
stuff like that.
Hmm.
So.
Yeah. Like the three body problem, how they had to do. I'm waiting for season 2 of that because that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. Oh shit. I'm trying to think what else. What else was some happy news? Um.
I have this right here. If you don't have anything, it says I saved three things.
Okay.
The Jurassic Park one, which I thought was funny because I wanted to ask you if you could go to Jurassic Park. That's hilarious
Okay.
that you brought that up because I literally saved that today. The second one was, according to researchers, Mexican food is the most serotonin boosted food in the entire world.
What?
Fuck yeah!
Mexico.
Gulf of Mexico. Let's do it. No, I was thinking about that. I was gonna ask you, what is your happy food?
Seafood.
Because I was thinking about it. Besides, even if I go seafood, like my happy food is ceviche,
Ceviche. I got you. Yeah.
which is Mexican food.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I was thinking about foods because somebody I was watching and they said, "What is something that you would live and die by that people don't agree with?" And this one guy, he goes, "Man, fuck Italian food. The only thing they have good that is it's out there is pizza or lasagna. Everything else is bullshit." And he's like, "Really think about it." And I was just like, I really don't like Italian food past lasagna and pizza.
Eh,
I don't.
yeah. I mean, tortellini's bomb, but I don't
But is
know.
it as good as other foods out there, like Mexican food or
Yeah, that's
Chinese
true.
food?
No, it's yeah,
Yeah,
it's
like
not.
I was thinking about it. I was like, bro, I could get down on Chinese food.
Yeah,
I could get down on, oh, dude, I can get down on everything that's fucking Latin Mexican food. But
yeah.
I was thinking of other foods that make me happy. I was like, maybe barbecue. I love
Oh,
barbecue. I
barbecue's
love fucking,
delicious.
I love grilling. I think the process of getting barbecue
Okay,
is the fun of it.
okay, okay.
But yeah, man, Italians. Sorry, bro.
It's
Like
okay.
past pizza and lasagna.
Yeah,
Like,
it's okay.
do I go, man? I'm craving a bowl of spaghetti at 2 o'clock at night. Like spaghetti would hit hard.
Okay.
No, bitch. I'm looking for a fucking
I
burrito
need
at
a
2 o'clock
I
at
need a
night.
burrito. I need a burger. I need some
I need a
birria
burger.
tacos.
Yeah.
I did see one. It said until 1956, French children were served wine during lunch up to a half a liter per day. They were just getting
Damn.
drunk.
The only thing that would be, oh, sorry, not the French, more Italian. Um, was I saying French? I should have been saying Italian.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Was I
Italian.
saying French? It's
No,
because
you
I
said
follow a
Italian.
French
No, you
dude.
said Italian.
Okay, I just want to
Hmm.
make sure. I don't know where French came from. Um, Italians have it right though when you think about it because they don't use vegetable oil or canola oil. They use
Olive
olive
oil.
oil.
Mm-hmm.
And for olive oil, taking a swig of that daily is actually really healthy for you.
Mm-hmm.
Then when we think of Italian foods, we think processed like
Yep.
pasta, canned
Pasta
jars and stuff
sauce.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do that shit.
Yep, it's
Like that's
all
just
homemade. Mm-hmm.
fresh tomatoes,
Yep.
fresh herbs, fresh all that stuff, which is all healthy for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of it, red wine is super healthy for the heart. And they don't drink it like how we would, like box wine and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like they drink that
Yeah,
real
it's
shit
from
of
the
like
earth.
we only drink one or two.
Yeah,
Like what are you doing, you dumbass American?
you sound like Mr. Babushka on fucking Hey Arnold. Hey Arnold, you
I'm
keep the
pretty sure he was
money.
from like Slovakia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you keep the money. Do you
What was
know what? Say that
There was
again.
an episode on fucking Hey Arnold where I swear to God, it was so it's when he got the job and then his wife takes him back and she's like, say it again
You take the
in the
money.
bedroom.
That's the
Is that
one.
what he
That's
says?
what he says.
But they pan out and the lights turn off and she's like, say it again. I was like, bro,
He was
they are getting
giving
down.
her the business. You take the
Yeah.
money.
She's all, do it again, say it again.
Oh,
I've
Oscar.
always thought, yeah, she's like, oh, Oscar, say it again. I was like, bro, he's dicking her down.
He was giving her the business. That broke ass dude. Do you know what a hobosexual is?
Oh, what?
A hobosexual.
No. What the fuck?
It's going to relate to a How I Met Your Mother episode.
Okay.
A hobosexual is a person who dates you with the sole interest of having a place to stay, like the sexless innkeeper.
The sexless innkeeper. The sexless innkeeper was a dreadful night.
It's all freezing.
Did old Teddy Boy find a winch?
Yep. What's another one? People with a sweet tooth might have a higher brain activity, but have a more susceptible health to get diabetes or a heart attack because of the sugars.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But sweet, it's crazy to think like I don't eat I've never had a sweet tooth. I
Okay.
just don't like I don't like chocolate. I don't like chocolate at all.
Yeah.
Uh, but when I crave sweets, I usually go for fruits. That's just the healthy in me and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But I've been trying to like, I was like, dude, I shouldn't be like so straight line for it and stuff like that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's healthy candies out there.
Yeah.
So I got these sour candies that are made of like turmeric and one has beet juice in it. That
Okay.
shit's delicious.
Okay.
And then I was
Okay.
like, man, I miss Lifesaver gummies so much.
Okay.
That's the one thing that I miss. Those wild berry ones. Ugh.
Okay. I can dig that. What's another one? Doctors say that it's okay to pee in the shower. Yeah. They say
Why?
urologists say
What would that like? Why would a doctor need to give you? I would think like plumbing and energy would be like the ones
yeah.
that say, "Hey, it's okay to do that. It saves the water."
So
Like,
I know.
fuck.
So
What the fuck does my doctor have to do? Like, dude, pee in
yeah.
the shower is healthy. Why? Does it explain why?
So they have a urologist which specializes in urine, bladder, and stuff. It says that peeing in the shower is generally harmless for both men and women. Emphasize that there's no medical risk involved. It's mostly about convenience and personal comfort. While some may feel uneasy about mixing hygiene and elimination in the same space, the doctor points out there it's more of a matter of personal preference than health concern. From a medical and a plumbing standpoint, it's not something to worry about.
Bro, like, hold on. That
I mean, if you're peeing in the fucking
those are one of those
sink,
like
like,
like those are just one of those things that I'm like, who is like, bro, we need to ask an expert. Is it okay to pee in the shower? And they were just like, we got to go to your urologist. Like, I would like that's not the dude I would want to talk. I'd be like, bro, is my plumbing okay? Is this gonna
well,
save me
I would
water?
talk to
Like,
somebody from like the CDC.
but what does that have to? The plumbing's going the same plumbing that your toilet goes to. It's still
Exactly.
the
It's
same.
still the same.
It's
Yeah.
still in your same septic tank
Mm-hmm.
or sewage, whatever you
Yeah.
live in.
Yeah.
I would think that because like if you're taking a shower, okay, I know this is a little gross, but they say like when you go to the bathroom and you flush, that particles kick up in the air. That's why they
Yes,
say
that's true.
keep your toothbrushes away from it or cover your
Mm-hmm.
toothbrushes or put them in a cabinet or something
Mm-hmm.
like that. I would think it's cleaner to pee in a shower because the shower and the water
Goes
is
down.
pushing everything
Yep.
down.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yep.
don't even know like that's just like yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm just gonna pee in the shower all the time.
I didn't. I never even thought about that if it harmed anything. Like you're breathing in the vapors. What?
What do you mean?
I thought you were gonna say the urologist said it was good and comforting because it's warm and it like relaxes the body, so you're not pushing. That's what I thought you were gonna say.
Yeah, that's a
All we
good
literally
thing.
got out of that was he was like, I don't know. I mean, fuck.
Just
It
pee.
doesn't harm you, so just go. Shit.
Just pee in the shower, dude. Yeah. Why are you
He was
asking me
probably in the
that?
middle of his lunch and he's like, Yeah, I guess.
I
Like,
gotta answer this?
what?
What do you mean I gotta answer this? Oh, this was a crazy one. Fingernails grow at the same rate that continents move.
Wait, hold on. I gotta. That doesn't make sense. Because I know fingernails grows crazy.
Let me.
This is where we need Chat GPT or
Yes.
Google. So we're
Oh,
gonna go.
where's it at?
I
I
actually
just
got it.
had
Hold
it.
on. Where's Google? I could actually use it because I'm not using my phone.
Okay.
Gemini, ladies and gentlemen. Gemini, welcome to the podcast. Hey Gemini, you are on the podcast, and we have a fun little question. Do fingernails grow at the same speed that continents move? Jeez.
That's a fun question. While both fingernails and continents are constantly moving, they do so at vastly different speeds. Continents move at a snail's pace, only a few centimeters per year. Fingernails grow much faster, about 3.5 millimeters per month. So no, they don't grow at the same speed.
Thank you, Gemini.
Gemini, thank you. You're such a smart AI person, dude. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
He fucked up. One time I was like, hey, what's the score to the Avalanche game? And he's like, they play at 2 o'clock. I was like, bro, it's 3:30. What's the score to the game? I was trying to show my sister, and he's like, oh, yeah, my mistake. They did play. It looks like they're in the second quarter. I was like, the game is over. What's the score?
He's all trying to be
I
human. I know you're a robot. Stop.
was like,
Stop trying to
dude,
be
my sister's
human.
like, that one's horrible. She's like, I was like, no, it usually works pretty well. I didn't think that was real because I knew continents move. Even though they
Yeah.
move,
There's a lot of
they can't move
misinformation
like
in the
fingernails
world.
grow really, really fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they continue to grow even when you're dead.
Yes, that is true. That is true.
Fucking Sam Winchester coming out here. That's one thing they did get wrong on. I just watched that episode I was telling T on Supernatural. He was underground for 4 months and he came out and his hair was all clean
Yeah.
shaven. He's clean shaved. His fingernails didn't grow. I was like, bullshit. Hollywood bullshit.
I mean, they got to do something. Keep us
I will
entertained.
agree that there's demons and there's all these supernatural shit, but Dean coming out looking that good,
This
and then they
bullshit.
was all then on top of it because it was into the next season. They
Hmm.
all came out looking buff. Like
Yes, they were. Yeah.
Sam was like
Sam looked
yoked out
yoked.
that season. I was like, bro, Sam like he had a glow up
Well,
that fucking
because
season.
he was drinking that demon blood. That's why he was all yoked and shit.
Yeah,
That's why
he
when
came
Dean
out and
seen
it was
him, he
just
was
like,
like, I ain't little no more, Damon."
we ain't little no more.
But shit, you got
Why you ain't
anything?
happy with that fat bitch who was chasing me around with fucking man hugging and shit?
Well, you got anything else? I know TV,
Um,
music, movie
Not
recommendations.
we talked about Black Mirror and all that stuff.
Yes.
Kyle did drop a new song. He actually dropped two songs, which I was excited about with Kyle. Um, I did want to talk about sports with you real quick.
Okay. Okay.
So first off, season's ending for the Avalanche. The Avalanche are going to go. We found out today they're going to play Dallas. Landeskog is coming back. So all you hockey fans out there, that's exciting. He actually scored today with the minor league. I wanted to talk about baseball real quick
Okay.
and then basketball because
Okay.
basketball is going to fuck up some shit. But statistics, bet MGM or MGM and Las Vegas odds. We're only I don't know how many games, probably only like less than 20 games into baseball season, and the Rockies have a 0.0 chance of making it to the playoffs.
Damn.
It is
Well,
literally game like 16 or 17, and it's 162 games in
yes.
baseball or some shit.
Yeah. Well, here's the
And the
thing.
Rockies are the only team that have been knocked out already.
Here's the thing when it comes to baseball. I was talking with my coworker about this, and a lot of these baseball teams, they make so much money off of losing records that it makes these other teams like your Dodgers, your Yankees, your Red Sox, like those bigger market teams, they make it to where that it's interesting. But all these baseball teams, imagine how many people still go to a Rockies game, even though they suck. and they're still
Mm-hmm.
making money. Like I'm a Pittsburgh
Yeah.
Pirates fan. The same thing in their market too. Like
Yeah.
these teams, they're very loved locally, but as far as like marketable, they're not. But they still make money. As to why you have, we're gonna have $1 billion contract within a year or two within
Yeah.
baseball. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's a so prior to the Nuggets picking up Jokic and
Mm-hmm.
winning their first championship, I felt like Denver as a city had a problem when it came to the Rockies and the Nuggets. The Avalanche have always been
Yeah.
great.
Yes, they
I mean,
have.
don't get me wrong,
Well,
the
since the
Avalanche have had their
'90s.
shitty seasons.
Yeah.
But some of my favorite players, like Mark Servatos and LaPerriere for the Avalanche, came in like the worst fucking times of the Avalanche, where they weren't even making playoffs. The problem with it that I saw with the Nuggets and the Rockies is what you said. People go there
Mm.
more as an entertainment or
Yep.
a social environment
Yep.
rather than cheering them on. And the
Exactly.
Nuggets have a problem with that. And I didn't like that until now. People are like, oh my God, we won a championship. Jokic is a fucking one of a kind type of
Mm-hmm.
player,
Mm-hmm.
once in a lifetime type player. So all these rich fucks that go there in their business suits and after hours and they go and fill these seats where real fans should be going there.
Right.
Now they're starting to realize, oh, we need to cheer and everything. But
Mm-hmm.
they weren't doing that with the Ty Lawsons and the Danilo Gallinaris. I would be there watching, I would be
Yep.
watching these games, and I'm like, fucking cheer, dude.
Mm-hmm.
These are young kids playing
Yep.
basketball, and
Yep.
you're over here talking about your 401k and shit and
Mm-hmm.
cheating on your wives.
Yep.
Like, fuck
It's
you, get
true.
out of here.
It's true.
I
It's
would go to
true.
games and I'd hear that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, dude, these, when you go to a Broncos game, every single one of them fuckers that are in there are there for the Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to the Nuggets now, every single one of them is for the
For the
Nuggets.
Nuggets. Mm-hmm.
And same thing with
Yep.
the Avalanche. But the Rockies, whoever the fucking owners are, you guys are worse than the Cronkies. And that's coming from me, and I fucking hate the
The
Cronky owners.
Cronkies. I can't
Hate them.
stand them. Can't stand them.
Whoever owns the Rockies, you guys are fucking idiots. You guys are dumb. And I don't care what anybody says. Coors Field is a beautiful park,
It
but it's
is.
shitty on the inside, dude. It is
Yeah.
disgusting. The
Yeah.
corridors and all that stuff was I don't I went to a game last season and it's been years prior to that I had been to a Rockies game and I was like, bro, what are you guys doing? Like where's all this money going to?
Right.
These people are
Mm-hmm.
coming to see the
Mm-hmm.
Rockies lose, quote unquote see. They're coming to socialize. They're paying crazy amounts for fucking beers and
Mm-hmm.
food,
Yep.
and your shit looks like it's run down.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I love the purple in the
Yep.
skyline. It looks really cool with the neon colors. But where's all the money going to?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Telling you, Rockies 0.00 already, and I'm a Rockies fan.
It's garbage.
I
It's
always will
garbage.
be. But dude, that was sad.
Yeah, that's
Like
pretty
every
garbage.
year before the season where it comes out, I'm like, maybe they'll do better. Like already kicked out. Like, come on, guys. Come on. It's only 17 games in.
Mm-hmm.
There's 140 something games left over,
Yep.
and they said you guys aren't
They ain't
even,
making it.
why are you even a thing at that point? If they're saying that, like, I feel bad for the
Yeah,
players,
it
dude.
sucks that they're
No
already
wonder why
counting them
Charlie
out.
Blackman left, dude.
Yep.
Like,
But
that's why
it's
everybody leaves. We
it's
we produce all these great players, and then they
mm-hmm.
sell them for fucking Cracker Jacks and a
Well,
tickle on their dick and
yep.
shit.
And
And
then
it's
you
like, all
see
right.
Tulo, he's with the fucking Yankees, but he's not really playing. Like,
Well, it's been years since Tulo's been, but
yeah,
like all of them went out and did something better.
yeah,
Cargo, Tulo,
yeah.
everybody. Dude, why am I drawing blanks? But just everybody that we produce good players. One of my favorite players, Dexter Fowler.
Okay.
They got rid of him. I was so pissed off when he left. He went and got a World Series with the Cubs when they won. I was just like, fuck. Good on you, dude.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna do it with the Rockies.
Fuck
Idiot.
no. But it's true. But like we've always said, Denver is such a small market. It's such a small market in professional wise when it comes to the Nuggets and when it comes
Yep.
to the Rockies and stuff like that. Like
Yep.
the Broncos, not so much because they have accolades and stuff, but when it comes to those teams, like they're small markets, and it sucks to try to get anyone out here.
So that comes into my next thing is the Nuggets. So the Nuggets will we'll figure out where they end up tomorrow, which would be
Mm-hmm.
Sunday. They play the Houston Rockets.
Yep.
They'll either be fourth place or play in at
Play
least if they
in.
lose.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Nuggets got everybody back except for the. Actually, I think everybody's in. I think Strawther's even back.
Okay.
I know Jamal's back. He ruined my fucking parlay. So just so you know, Nuggets, you guys screwed up. I bet I had a $25 parlay, and the only thing that didn't hit was Christian Braun getting 15 points because Jamal Murray was back. But they won, so I can't
Yeah.
complain.
Yeah.
Just lost me 100. It's like what's his name, the naked man when he's like, I gotta go change out my quarterback because he dislocated his shoulder.
The naked
That was me
man
yesterday. The naked man. 2 out of 3 times.
always
Um,
works.
how do you? Okay, so Mike Malone got fired
Which I fucking hate.
with 3 games left in the season. Unheard of. A playoff team with
Right.
the greatest player in the world
Right.
will go down as a top 10 player guaranteed when he's all said and done.
Right.
That's just fact.
Right.
How does that work? And then all you Laker fans out there, get off your fucking tiny dick fence riding bitch horse that you guys are on. Sorry, I will fight a Laker damn fan right now. And don't test me because it'll be bad. At the same time, like the Laker fans were like, "Oh, he's gonna come to
Yeah.
LA, like
Mm-hmm.
Jokic and all this stuff." So all you
Yeah.
Laker fans out there that still believe that, so FYI, you guys get all your little hearsays and over the fence what we heard because you guys all sit on the fence anyway. Um, over in Denver, the word is Jokic is going to get a max 2-year extension and retire. So you
Hmm.
guys fucked up because he still has another year on that. So that makes it 3 years
3
that'll be in
years.
Denver.
Uh-huh.
Luka's more likely going to come here because LeBron James is more likely to retire because he had a great year, but this was his worst year in points per game that they said for LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first time he was under 25 points. So pretty sure you guys are going to lose Luka before Jokic just joins LA.
Yeah. I
And that was the scary part. But how do you feel about Malone going away?
I
And
I was
what does it
pissed.
do for the next season?
I was pissed. Like they could have at least kept him there because
Yeah,
yes, playoff contender. He's created this team, creates great morale, like defensive player of the night, like just created such a thing. But I feel like him and Booth didn't agree on things because Booth was like, "Well, I paid money for these young guys. I want to see these young guys played, but they're not contributing in the way that they should. That you spend that money on." Like you paid 26 mil for fucking Najee, and he scores 3.2 points a game. Like, bro, he doesn't contribute like you think he is.
yeah,
Like, it's
yeah.
crazy to me. Like, I understand you want young talent to come, but this team needs veterans. They need
Yeah.
people that are here that are going to push the envelope. Like, we can't rely on the youngins to wait time because we're a playoff contending team. Like, we're finally getting in our stuff. But I feel like if they continue to at least give the youngins that are scoring more than the 3.2 to work them in that rotation, then it works because then you
Dude,
can sit your
there
guys.
there is no youngins that are fucking scoring like
That's what I'm
that.
saying.
The only one that was kind of doing something off the bench. So Denver has a problem with the bench.
Mm-hmm.
The only person that was kind of doing that was Strother, and then
Yeah.
Strother got
And
hurt.
then he got hurt.
Strother got hurt, and
Mm-hmm.
now he can't fucking shoot a fucking bazooka into the ocean. Like the dude doesn't even see the ocean. He's looking the other way.
Yeah.
And it's making me mad.
Yeah.
But let's not talk about the youngins. Let's talk about the vets that are in there.
Yes.
Michael
Yes.
Porter Jr. looks like shit,
He's
dude.
streaky. He's so
Where the fuck
streaky.
is Michael Porter Jr., dude?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The NBA is drive and then shoot, pass out for the 3-point line.
Yeah.
Michael Porter Jr., your only job when Jamal and Jokic and Aaron
Mm-hmm.
Gordon are having the year that they're having,
Mm-hmm.
even Christian Braun.
Yeah.
Christian Braun is probably the most improved player
Oh, he was
of
hooping.
the NBA.
Yeah.
That dude looks when he hits a fire,
Yeah.
he's that dude.
Hooping. Mm-hmm.
Michael Porter Jr., all we ask for you to do is fucking nail your threes. And if you can't do that, Use your big ass fucking body and drive,
It's
bitch.
okay. See,
Because
and
you should
that's
be
another
dunking
thing.
on people.
And that's what kills me about MPJ, because when he was a recruit, he was in the paint, banging on dudes.
Yeah.
He was using body, but then they turned him into a spot shooter, and that dwindled his game. And I was like, and then the knee injuries, I was like, fuck, he's a Kyle Korver, he's a Mike Miller, he's a Ray Allen. I'm like, oh no, he has so much more potential than what they're giving him, and it sucks to see that. But
But
like,
that's the NBA.
yeah, it
They
is.
fell into the trap of the
Yeah.
NBA. You have Jokic who will dish you if as long as you're open,
Yes.
whether it be a mid shot, a 3-point shot, or under the basket,
Right.
he's gonna find you without even looking at you.
Right. Right.
The dude fucking be throwing over his shoulder without it be seen, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh my god, that's the greatest play we ever seen," but he's not MVP.
Right.
It doesn't make sense. That's a whole nother conversation. But Michael Porter Jr., dude, you were doing so well. He was driving and he was getting rebounds. Now all of a sudden he became a little bitch, dude. And that's where the Nuggets have a problem, and that's where I miss the Nene era
Okay.
with Ty Lawson and Kenyon Martin and Carmelo Anthony and AI and all them and Birdman. The difference between them and this Nuggets is they are fighters, they are fierce, they're aggressive, and there ain't nobody on the NBA that's like that.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook kind of has that in him,
Yeah.
but he's old. He
Yeah.
just can't shoot. He drives, and that motherfucker can miss a layup, and that layup is fucking fed him and dined him and laid him in bed and said, "Hey, I'm here," and he's just like, I don't know what I'm doing. What do I
Force.
do with
Boom.
my hands?
Force. Boom.
They don't have any. They don't have any. Nobody fears the Nuggets.
No.
Nobody does.
No.
The only thing that they have a problem with is they can't stop Jokic. And I'm telling you, the Nuggets, if they go far in the postseason, good on them, because I didn't think they had it this year.
Well,
Jokic did everything by himself. Jamal Murray needs to figure out his shit. But at the same time, if the Nuggets, and I'm telling you, the Cronkies need to figure this shit out right now, because if Jokic leaves, we're gonna have problems.
Denver's done.
I'm telling you, Cronky, right now, I will email you and say, just like, "Dear Santa," no, scratch that out. "Dear bitch ass Santa, I'm coming for your ass," type of shit.
Right.
I wouldn't mind if they got rid of Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
Okay.
AI. Aaron Gordon's having a great season.
Yeah.
The dude has stepped up his game.
He
He's got a
has.
3-point shot that's clean. He knows how to drive to the basket. He knows where to go open. He knows when the ball goes under the basket, go under the basket. Michael Porter Jr. lost that. Christian Braun has been excellent. Everybody else, they got rid of him. To keep Jokic, get rid of everybody else.
I hear you.
I could care less.
I hear you.
The only person that they keep on the bench would probably be Peyton Watson, if that dude puts on some fucking weight.
Yes.
And the dude that they picked up that tore his Achilles, which I feel bad.
Okay.
Because he's supposed to be a baller.
Okay.
That was supposed to back up Jokic. Everybody else, DeAndre Jordan.
I know.
I love him.
Like, bro,
you're
giving him 5 and 6 minutes, bro. Like, come on. So we could
score
get
zero.
Yeah.
To score 0.
Yeah.
Bro, go under there and dunk on these fucking youngins.
Yeah.
Dunk on these youngins, but you're not doing it. Westbrook, I love him. I hope we give him a championship, but if we don't, dude, you gotta go. You gotta go.
Yeah.
He's gotta go.
Yeah.
Zeke Naji, bro, that was a joke.
I called that last year. I was so mad for that move last year. I was like, you let go of Bruce Brown, KCP, and you give this dude 4 years, 28 minutes. What? What were you
But that also goes
thinking?
into say with Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr.
Well,
everybody got a championship and they did their part, kind of. Jamal Murray had been injured and he's prone to injury. When he's not injured, the boy
he hoops. Yeah,
he hoops. He can't play defense to save his life, and that really showed the last game.
Yeah.
The game before, when Mike Malone got fired, Jokic and everybody without Jamal Murray played fucking defense. They destroyed I think they were playing the Kings, right?
They just played the Kings.
They played the
just
Kings.
recently. Yeah.
No, they played the
second
Kings.
game.
That was the first game. That was the first game. It
Yeah.
was the Kings. And the defense on the Kings was outrageous. It was nuts. They were making shots. They knew where to go. Jokic didn't have to do everything. The next game, when Jamal comes, they played Memphis because Ja Morant was there. He threw the grenade like a dumbass.
Mm.
That game, Jokic had to do more because Jamal Murray didn't know how to play defense, and then everybody was discombobulated. Jamal needs to stay healthy and figure out how to play
Yeah.
defense, or he needs to go
Yeah.
because nobody's going to want him, and then we're stuck with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Michael Porter Jr. could go wherever he wants to go because I feel like what he brings is a smooth three.
Mm-hmm.
He could bring more to the table. He
Yeah.
just doesn't. But if you're just going to only shoot the three and be streaky like you are, like, fuck,
We
dude,
have no use.
I'd rather have fucking ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, dude, I hate what's his name? Is it LaMelo?
Mm-hmm.
The one that just shoots threes like crazy that hit that game winner against the Nuggets?
But he shoots like
him.
30 threes and makes like 3 to 5.
I'm okay with that because Jokic won't give him all that. Jokic would tell him, yo, bro.
Yeah, chill the fuck out.
You're not in charge. When I'm at work, I'm in charge. When you're at home, you shoot that many threes. But HR told me to be in charge.
I'm the captain now.
And because I'm going for most valuable employee of the year, you got to listen to me.
For real. I'm the captain.
Because this is
now.
a job, bro.
Right.
But like, that's what I think. I think everybody that doesn't, all these superstars or all these young players, they need to realize they need to come to Denver.
Yeah.
Because you are going to become. Could you imagine if we were able to pick up like Bradley Beal or Kevin Durant or any of these fucking players that just jump from team to team?
Yeah.
If they came to Denver, how much Jokic would like improve their game that are already all-stars.
They're already all-stars.
You guys are already fucking all-stars.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the Cronkies need to get it together and be like, bro, get him an all-star.
We need some vets.
Or he's going to go to fucking a major city like LA. And I'm telling you, as a Nuggets fan, a true diehard Nuggets fan since the McDice era, the McNichols Stadium or whatever it was called, arena, I probably won't watch the Nuggets if they let Jokic. If Jokic goes away like how they did with Luka, I probably will be there fucking shitting on your car.
Yep.
I'm dead serious.
And be there with the fucking Lakers jersey.
No. Fuck no. I just won't watch the NBA anymore. NBA is already a joke to me to a point. Jokic has made it entertaining.
I feel you.
He definitely has made it entertaining. Those players like that, like Luka's made it entertaining.
Yes.
SGA has made it entertaining to a point. I don't think he's MVP, and I'll die on that hill. I know he's going to get MVP because of voter fatigue,
yeah,
and because of the whole Jokic is white and he's not the face of the NBA. We need somebody to be the face of the NBA, which is stupid.
Yeah.
But SGA he's a point guard. What is a point guard supposed to do if you can't play defense and you're skinny? What do you expect him to do?
Yeah.
Fucking score.
Score. Yep.
What else is every other point guard doing or shooting guard doing that he's doing?
Yeah.
He's not playing defense. He's not getting rebounds. He doesn't know how to fucking give out assists because he holds the ball. And he's MVP, but Jokic is having an unheard of first time player. If Jokic doesn't shoot the three or get any steals, he will be the first player ever to be top in 5 different categories as a fucking center.
Which is crazy. Crazy.
Which is dude, SGA is number 1 in shooting in points.
So
cool, guys. Cool. Jokic is number 3. A center is number 3. A center is top in rebounds. A center is number 3 in assists. A center is number 3 in steals. And a center is like top 5 in 3-point shooting. And his percentage was number 1 throughout the whole year, and he dropped down to number 2 or 3.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
And he doesn't care.
Right.
And this is a job.
It's a fucking job.
Job is finished. I go back home to my horses.
This is a job.
Wait, I gotta stay on parade? Fuck.
But see, I brought that up too. Like, he does think it's a job. Like, he's very competitive. Like, he does treat it like a job, but he's like, man, if we do great at our job, we're gonna produce so much more. Like, and like, that's just who he is as a character. Like, I don't give a fuck
Yeah.
if I have X amount of points or this. I'm not pass setting. Like, if I can contribute where I can, and if I'm not making a great night with putting buckets, I'm putting it in somebody else's hand, or I'm gonna pick it up on fucking defense, like, or I'm gonna facilitate like I'm a fucking guard. Like, sorry, SG, like, you're a guard, you should be doing this stuff.
That's what I'm
Why is
saying.
the center doing
That's what I'm
this?
saying. I don't understand. I
Yeah,
had an argument with a friend of mine, and he was just like, SGA is doing something that we've never seen.
shut
I
the
was like, bro,
fuck up.
LeBron did that.
Yeah,
Russell Westbrook did it. Everybody that's been an All-Star has done that.
but
The
look at their
difference
positions.
is yeah, his position is I'm a short little I'm not the biggest dude. I don't play
Hmm.
defense. I
Hmm.
could drive. I'm really clean with my shots. Don't get me wrong. The dude is smooth. So is Anthony Edwards.
Yep, that's
That's
their
their job.
job.
Your job is to shoot. You're not doing anything outside the box than what your job has said. If I was your boss and you were just doing what your position said, and they said, hey, we're giving out employee of the month, I'd be like, well, it's not you because you did exactly what I told you to do. Good job, but you're not this person who went above and beyond.
Yeah,
Jokic has gone above and beyond than what's expected. If
multiple
Jokic
nights.
just became a center, he would just be doing what
Yeah,
fucking the dude that averages double doubles this whole year
yeah,
from the Kings,
yeah.
Sabonis.
Sabonis. Yep.
Sabonis.
Hmm.
Sabonis is doing a double double. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. He's supposed to be making points and getting
Yep.
rebounds.
That's
That's what a
it.
big dude is supposed to be doing.
Right.
Guard the paint, get rebounds, shoot the basket, and I don't want you to go past the paint when you shoot the basket. Your fucking ass is big enough that you could just dunk it
Yep.
or lay it up.
Yep.
Jokic said, I do that,
Hmm.
and I do what your bitch ass does because you can't do it. I do what you can't do because you can't make threes, so I gotta fucking do it.
Hmm.
Oh wait, you guys can't play defense, so I'm gonna have to fucking steal everything. Like,
Yeah.
how is that not
Yeah.
MVP?
It's insane. Like, when it gets laid out like that, it's just like, dude, like,
Yeah,
where would be your argument to say the latter? Because he's doing five positions.
yeah,
Like, not to
yep.
take away from the team, but it's like, bro, it's
And then
showing.
and then Mike Malone gets fired, and
Yeah.
coach who is the assistant coach who's doing really good. I don't know his name. He reminds me of Murr from Impractical
Oh
Jokers, so I
shit.
call him
Yeah.
Murr. Murr gave Jokic the opportunity to coach. He said, if they want the whiteboard, do it. So Jokic is doing all five players, plus he's coaching, and he's having to teach people his language, and he's having to do it. The dude might as well be coach at this
He
point.
might as well just be running the organization.
Dude, be the first player coach out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Might as well. Fuck it at this point.
Fucking A. Yeah. Yeah. The NBA, man. It's just. I know. It's frustrating. It's frustrating to watch, but at the same time, this playoffs are gonna be interesting.
Dude, the playoffs are going to be nuts
They're
in the
gonna be
West.
interesting. Hmm.
Right now, tomorrow's games from 4 to 8, I think even 9 and 10, 4 to 8, it's all
Yeah.
compact. Like, if the Nuggets lose, they're in 4 right now. If they lose, they could drop all the way from 4 to a play-in.
That's so crazy.
It's just crazy how compact. But that also says every all-star that is of their peak or beyond peak
Hmm.
has moved to the West.
Okay. Yep. I
The
got you.
only people in the East, which I thought like Atlanta and the Magic
Okay.
were going to be up there, they're in a play-in.
Yeah.
They're like the
Yep.
low.
Hmm.
So you've got the New York Knicks who are homegrown. You got the Cleveland Cavaliers who are homegrown.
Hmm.
They don't have all these all stars. They got
Yep.
like Derek. What's his name?
Darius Garland.
No, not Darius Garland. Who am I thinking of? That came from
Um.
the Jazz, or not? Was it the
Yes.
Jazz
Yes. He's from the
or
Jazz.
the Blazers?
No, he came from the Jazz.
No, he came from the Blazers.
Nope. He was from the Jazz.
The rapper,
God,
Damian Lillard.
oh, but
Oh
he's with
I'm not
Milwaukee.
thinking Damian Lillard. He's
He's
with
with
Milwaukee. Who
Milwaukee.
am I thinking of?
God dang it! It's on the tip of my tongue.
His name
Um,
starts with a D.
God dang it. Uh, it's gonna
I
kill
could
me.
see his
It's gonna kill
face,
me.
and it's not daytime.
Um,
Because the Nuggets they drafted him and then they got rid of him.
Donovan
And I'm
frickin'
like,
Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell.
Yes,
Yeah.
damn. But you know what's
So
funny
you've
though?
got
He
yeah.
and the Cavs are so stacked that he doesn't even have to score how he did when he was with freaking the
Oh, I
Jazz
know.
because
He
they have
doesn't.
such a stacked
Yeah.
squad. Mm-hmm.
And he's almost at the age where he's closer to where CP3 is
Yep.
than where he used to be.
Mm-hmm.
But he's at that point to where he could benefit it.
Yes, he
But
could.
why Donovan Mitchell didn't come to Denver? Like,
Mm-hmm.
because of fucking stupid cronkies. They're dumbasses. They
Yep.
don't want to pay. They like money in their pockets.
Yep.
We're getting fucked.
Yep. Plus, I feel
But
he
like,
didn't want to have to deal with what he dealt with going to Utah. People were calling
yeah,
niggers and all this other stuff out there.
that's
Yeah,
Utah. I
it
don't think
is
Denver's
Utah.
that. Yeah, Denver's not
Yeah,
that bad.
yeah.
Like, the worst that I've ever heard is, at least this season, is somebody in Denver called Westbrook, and he turned around and was about to fight him, and was like, "Well, you
Well,
ain't wrong, Westbrook. You
if the
fucking
boot
ruined
fits,
Jokic's triple double with a 50 pointer on a double
and
overtime,
you
and you
fucking
couldn't
foul
make a
the guy,
layup.
didn't make a layup,
You
and you
couldn't make
foul
a
a guy.
layup, and you fouled. Like, yeah,
If the boot fits, yeah, I don't know. But what do you got for TV and movie and music to wrap it up?
I actually don't be. I was gonna talk about Black Mirror. I think that was the biggest one. I
Okay.
did watch a show. I thought we talked about it last time. I'll make sure. I'm gonna look it up. But if you want to do yours real quick.
No. Well, the only recommendation I have is Castlevania Nocturne. That's on Netflix. Sick. It's based off the video game. The fight scenes, the scrap scenes are fucking dope. The vampires are. It's just a dope ass anime, but it's English. It's not in Japanese or anything. It's all English. It's just a real dope show to watch. And I finished that. There's 2 seasons. They're supposed to come out with a third season. And then movies. I have nothing for movies. Oh, Sinners comes out April 18th with Michael B. Jordan. Has a 100% Rotten Tomato score.
Hmm.
It looks
Okay.
amazing. It has Haley Stanfield. She's in it
Okay.
too. She's in it too. Michael B. Jordan, and it's a Ryan Coogler film, which is the guy that created Black Panther and all those too, and Creed and Fruitvale Station and stuff.
Fruitville Station was such a good.
Such a good
That whole
movie.
thing. I remember reading about that before I watched that.
Such a
And it
good
was just
movie. Yeah.
like fucking.
Yep. Fucking
I thought there was
cops.
a thing that said you've watched this recently. Watched.
And
There was
then
a show.
I'm trying to think. That's it. Yeah. That's it for me there. And music, I've just been diving into R&B lately. Cleo Soul, Leon Thomas, Fabo, Maz B, just a lot of R&B lately. Haven't really been doing any rap.
Yeah.
Sam Wills, yeah,
Did we talk about adolescence?
we did.
Okay,
We
so then
talked
we
about it on
talked
the
about the
last
other
one.
show.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I was like, we talked about adolescence. We talked about the other show,
Mm-hmm.
which was the like Sherlock Holmes with the White House. Yeah, because we talked
Yes.
about that other thing. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, nothing really that I've seen. I've kind of been just rewatching everything here and
Yeah.
there. So
Yeah.
it's same thing with music. If I look at my music right now, let's see. I love that I could just see what I've added.
Right?
Have I showed you that girl on Instagram? She's called the Costco Ho, and she goes, "Eh."
No.
Have I sent you
You
that?
have not.
So I'm gonna have to send you this, but she's an
Okay.
Asian girl. She's fucking funny. She works for Costco, and she's very like high energetic. She calls people bitches and shit, and she like
Okay.
grabs products and she's like, she calls everybody hoes. She's like, Costco's got these like 4 packs of this. She's like, get your asses over to Costco and get this, you hoes. And she goes, and she drops it when she does it. But she's in this new song called Costco, which I thought was funny as shit.
Okay.
I think that's the only like, new shit that I've been listening to is that. Let me see. Yeah, everything else is just like same
Yeah,
shit.
just
I'm
same old.
listening to a lot of ATB,
Okay.
Mac Miller. Yeah, Kyle came out with a new song called Honest. Gotta
Yeah.
listen to Kyle. Super Duper Kyle.
Okay.
Besides that, it's just been same old, same old.
Yeah, nothing real new in the world, but that's all
That's
right
it.
though. Keep it consistent. Well, guys, you know where to find us: YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Cool Attire, Facebook. Tell a friend, and your grandma and them, and it's your boys out here in SoCo. Um, anything else, Notch?
No, that's it. You nailed it. It's always fun. We'll get you guys up there next week. We'll have some fun stuff and everything. Make sure you guys are just commenting. Tell us if you want to, if you have any great comments that you want to, or quotes that you live by.
Mm.
What else did we talk about today? I
We
don't
talked
remember.
about a lot. The
A lot of shit.
just a lot of shit. Like the question of things that you notice that are slowly disappearing.
Yeah. I
Um,
wanted that one was such a good question because I see that all the time and
mhm.
I want to hear more about that. We should
Yeah,
definitely throw that one up
yeah.
again, see what people out there.
I'm definitely gonna browse some more to see what people have noticed because it was such a great question. I was like, damn, like it's so true. Like the whole insect thing just got me. Like it's like, yeah. So definitely, listeners, comment on the YouTube channel. Let us know what things you've noticed that have slowly disappeared. Some of your pet peeves, personal preferences that you've seen that you feel should be added into the world, and that's slowly disappearing against your morals. Yeah, that's something to pick your brain, especially with things that are coming along in this world now, like things that are slowly disappearing. We need to get those back.
I'm really gonna think about that tonight. I'm
Yes.
gonna be like, fuck, I should have
Just
said
make
this.
a whole notepad, and like we'll have a part two, man. Like I'm not
I
mad
just
at a
got one
part
right
two.
now. What happened to ghosts, dude? What happened to hauntings,
Hmm.
ghosts and shit? All of a
Aliens
sudden they just
too.
disappeared.
Well, alien. They've been not as frequent, like
Yeah,
UFO
well that's
sightings.
yeah. I'm telling you,
Yep.
those UFO sightings, besides the thing in the Vegas, but all that other stuff is just to
Hmm.
keep our
Yep.
eyes off of what else was truly going on.
Yep.
But we'll get into it
We will.
next episode. We'll write it down, take a picture, we'll bring it to you guys.
Hmm.
Besides that,
Life is
see,
cool.
it's always fun.
Always, Notch.
Life is random. It's
Always.
late. I'm tired. Go to
Peace.
bed.
Get some
Later.
rest.